What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. We're doing a live reaction, play-by-play, scoreboard, interactive chat for tonight's game, the San Antonio Spurs versus the Miami Heat. Before you ask, all signs point to Victor Wembanyama is playing, so do your happy dance. Woo-hoo, beep, beep. Wemby will be playing. I don't know if he's going to play in the last preseason game Thursday, but he'll be out there tonight, and I'm always excited to see Wemby. Excited to see what our Spurs are doing. We got a lot of stories developing on how well Mamu, Champagny, and Castleman playing. Then we have other players like Branham who need to get going, and then everybody in between. I'm excited though anytime to watch the Spurs. Second to last preseason game, and then the regular season starts next week, and then it'll be for reals, for reals. Good evening, Glaze and Bacon. You got the notification. What? Well, hey, go YouTube coming through. Jax, good evening to you. Momo, go Spurs, go. The Biscuit Buddy, Arku3. Yeah, the Cowboys aren't, neither are my Giants. Anthony, go Spurs, go. Butterfly, good evening to you. Mostro, investigate what's going on. Jorge, probably not. Probably not. If I see a Spurs game, it'll be local in either Massachusetts or New York or New Jersey. New York. Wow, I got confused for a second. The prices of tickets around here have been astronomical, especially with the Celtics being the NBA, defending NBA champions. I got to think the tickets at the Garden are going to be ridiculous. But I would have the door open if tickets are reasonable to go see a game with Miss TSR and maybe Beantown Breakdown, who lives out in Boston, and his girlfriend. So that'd be something about too. Coming out to Texas again, I kind of have to plan that out, and I have not done so. The goal this year would be live for every game here from the couch with the couch contingent. Headband Grogu, Mikey, Baby Coyote, Selena, the whole crew. You're welcome. Jay Reyna, Joe. I'm waiting for the real deal. Butterfly. I'm so excited for this season, more so than any other season since we've started the YouTube channel back in 2019. We've got our franchise player. We've got possibly his Rodman and Stephon Castle, who in the video I did today for the channel, I am really surprised at how good his offense is coming along already. Granted, preseason, sure, I know, take it with a grain of salt, but he's better than I thought advertised. I figured the defense would be there. I figured he'd be not shooting threes at all. And he is taking threes and making some threes, but his ability to finish in the paint I was not aware of. Now, I did not see him play for UConn. If Miss TSR was here, she could probably tell you everything he did well at UConn. I did not see him play at UConn. I'm sure a lot of the things we're seeing him do in San Antonio, he did in UConn or at UConn. So I'm excited for this season. And then you just have the players that are developing. Keldon losing, 20 pounds and looked great last time we saw him. That play, that fast break slam dunk, the poster dunk, I don't think he could have did that last year. I remember watching that replay, and he was sprinting up the court, and I don't know if Keldon of last year can do that. So it's going to be a fun season. Yes, if I do come out to San Antonio, Biscuit Buddy, you don't have to do that. And the Chris Paul jersey, I know what you're talking about. If I'm going to come out to Texas at any point for this season, I will certainly announce it. Last time I went out in December 2022, I let you all know I got to meet quite a few of you in person, whether it was at the game or outside the game. It was a great experience in getting to meet Spurs fans and talk Spurs. Now, I love talking Spurs with you guys here via YouTube, but the communication is limited because there's so many of you and the chat. We're getting to meet folks in person and talk about the team and what made you a fan, what are you looking forward to, etc. That was really cool, so I'm sure I'll get out there again at some point, just the matter of when. Spurs Up is right. Geo777, thanks for stopping in. Spurs making the playoffs, Butterfly. I think we're going to contend for the play-in. I don't think we're quite there yet. Good evening, Daniel Barry. Cowboy X Factor, good evening to you. Hey, listen. I've met a handful. I think I met 5 of you, maybe 6 of you at the arena, and then 2 or 3 people, at least 3 people outside. So maybe about 10 people. Certainly like to double that number. There's a lot of folks here that are regulars that live in Texas that I haven't met. So yes, I would be up for anything. I'm ready to see the guy shine tonight too, Clutch Clory. And is Charles Bassey playing tonight? Depleted Mind, good evening to you. No, Biscuit Buddy, I saw your... No, you don't have to pick me up a Keldon Johnson 0 jersey. I got my Johnson right here. Matter of fact, I have two Johnsons. I have my own Johnson and then your Johnson jersey. Son of Scar, good evening to you. I've got to go to Buc-ee's south of San Antonio. I've never heard of that. By the way, good news. Not sports related, but I just want to let you know. I mentioned it last time in the last live stream that my Xbox screen name got suspended. I appealed the suspension. I won. They actually said I could have my old name back, but I was like, you know what? I don't want to deal with this again if something comes up because it's not. There are no dirty words in my name, but if you read it out loud, it's like PG rated dirty. It's so stupid. I was like, I'll just keep my new screen name, and I don't want to deal with anything moving forward. Good evening, Machine 78. Jay? Ayo! It's all good if there's going to be so Arcu 3, a rivalry between the Spurs and Thunder. Totally see it happen. Wemby and Chet, Chemby for short. I think that's going to be a thing for the next decade plus. Granada meeting Sean Elliott was absolutely awesome. So what he's referencing, and I'll tell the story real quick right now since we're before the game. So was the second Spurs game I went to, or the first Spurs game? I don't remember. Sean Elliott did a couple autographs and pictures after the game, and of course I wanted to do that too. I'm like, I get to meet Sean Elliott. Awesome, great. And I meet him, and I'm just hanging out kind of in the area, and I'm a few feet away from Sean still while other people are meeting him. And a fan of the channel runs down and says, "Yo, TSR, love your channel, love the Spurs kind of do." And he's like, praising the good work we do here. And I'm like, yeah, thanks, man. And he walks away, and then Sean says, "Hey," and I'm like, "What?" And he's like, "Who are you?" Like he was actually taking interest in me. He's like, because having somebody come down and a fan probably threw him off. I had a fan there, and I told him about what we do here on the channel, and he said, keep up the good work, and it was really cool to be noticed by somebody and then be noticed by a Spurs legend. I've never had a Spur on the channel. I think that would be something that would be really cool. I don't know how I'd go about doing that, but anybody, and not doing like a cameo thing, which would be cool too, but it's not really having them on the channel. But even just to have a Spur on for like 5 minutes, I think that's going to be one of the goals we'll put on the channel. 100,000 subscribers, still a goal. Need to do that. Having a Spur on the channel. Having a video go viral would be cool. That's such a random crapshoot on what goes viral and what doesn't. So that's still a goal. And then one goal we've actually have hit, I would always wanted to have a video get 1 million views. We did check that one off. So we got 1 out of the 4, which, hey, I'll take it at this point. This is on NBA TV tonight, so it is nationally televised. Thank you. Good evening to you, Demigod. Veronica! Hola, amigas. Amiga, sorry. Go Spurs, go to you. Here's some Chuck Norris punches of free. Yeah, let's go Chuck the Heat. Sometimes you just need a good Chuck Norris. Eddie F. Memphis is a giant. Watch the guard. Wemby. Edie. Yeah, Edie. That team's going to be pretty darn good, too. They should be. I'm upset with PlayStation for not letting me change my profile picture. It says an error has occurred. As I'm not the... Yeah, it is annoying when you can't change things. Okay, so basically, buddy referenced something. Meeting Sean. I'm trying to get through all the chat, but I share your frustration, Cowboy X Factor. So I didn't meet Tim Duncan. I was walking through the penthouse suites, and I stopped and looked to my left, and he was 5 feet or less from me getting a piece of cake. And I was like, that's Tim Duncan. And I had nachos and a soda in my hand, so I didn't have my camera phone ready, and he got his cake and went back in the suite, and I was like, well, all right then. Tim Duncan likes cake. Good for him. Who doesn't like some cake? Let's go Spurs, go up. Ba-ba-bum, boop. Yes, Danny Green did retire. Best of luck to him. You should have recorded him saying, "Hey, Spurs fans, welcome to TSR Sports." Oh, you mean Sean Elliott? Sup, Rich? So Spurs signed and they waived. I have no idea what happened with Isaiah Miller. McDaniels is going to get waived, or he's already waived. I mean, we have a few more guys that need to get released from the roster to get down to 18, 15 regular contracts, 3 two-ways. And person I'd keep an eye on is Malachi Branham. I'm seeing a lot of sports analysts talk about maybe it's time to move on from him. I almost did a video on that the other day. Yesterday, and I was like, this is kind of negative. I don't really want to go there yet. But I wouldn't be shocked if the Spurs said, you know what? he keeps shooting the way he is with no defense, then he might be released. Bonjour to you. Tony Parker is in the chat. Well, Tony Parker, thanks for stopping in. Spurs legend is in the chat. Always appreciate seeing him. Savian, good evening to you. Tax Brazilian Ghost. Wemby is playing tonight. Yes. It's on Bailey Sports. Good. Champagne or Castle starting the season. It looks like Champagne, Paul. All signs point to Julian Champagne. He started 2 games in the preseason. Or maybe he started 3. Actually, he started all 3. Champagne was a starter last year. He's playing much better this year. I could see him starting. Vassell comes back. He goes to the bench. Or in this 5-game stretch, because Devin is going to be out 5 games, Champagne plays very well on both ends of the court. And if Harrison Barnes struggles, we could see Barnes go to the bench, Champagne slide into his spot at the 3, Devasell come back at the 2. Things to keep an eye on. Bassey stays healthy. Do you think he'll overtake Collins as the backup center? To be determined. All right, so Biscuit Buddy, the video that went viral was not mine. Somebody clipped my reaction and OGR Sports reaction to that Jets draft pick. It's not my video. That video, there's a couple. It went viral on Bleacher Report and on Twitter. I think it got over 1 million views on both, but it wasn't a video on this channel. The game has started, by the way, and away we go. Spurs ball, and Wemby turns it over. Picked off by Jimmy Butler, who Jimmy Butler is playing tonight. ESPN doesn't have the lineups updated yet. Let me see if a little refresh does that. We have a miss and Wemby with the rebound, and there are the lineups, thank goodness, if anybody was wondering, which I was, so that counts. And I turned away for a second, and the Spurs just got a 3. I think that was Wemby with the 3. They're showing Wemby. I don't know if it was Wemby that scored. That was Wemby. Miss for the Heat. I'm trying to get things a little set up here. The ESPN thing not working was throwing me off. All right, we're good. All right, Spurs up 3-0. CP3 out to Wemby. Wemby fakes the 3, takes off into the paint, and tosses it over to Barnes for 3. He will miss the 3, and Barnes has not been shooting straight this preseason. Guillermo, go Spurs, go to you. And now we're going to have a foul. Oh, yeah, I saw Bruce Report post that, and I was like, hold up, is that TSR? Yes. So I have been in a video that has gone viral, but a video from this channel itself has not gone viral. Keeping up with the MLB playoffs a little bit. Actually, the Yankees played last night. I did not watch the game. I like the Yankees. Baseball, I can't watch it. The World Series, the Yankees in the World Series, yes, I'll watch it. As far as covering it, we have 2 free throws for the Heat, by the way. First one's good. Bam Adebayo at the line. I would watch the World Series, but it's just, the games aren't as long as they used to be. They used to be 3 hours. Now they're 2.5 hours and a change. CP3 is playing, and thank you for the super chat. Another world. Thank you. I have no idea. It's not $200,000, just for the record. But thank you for the super chat. Greatly appreciate you. And yes, Chris Paul is playing. He will be starting the season for the Spurs at point guard. And I think it's going to really help develop some of our guys. I need to focus on the game a little bit here. It's 3-2. We just had a foul. It is Spurs ball with 10:27 left in the first quarter. Yosurski, good evening to you. Andrew, it's on NBA TV. I don't want to say baseball is boring, but it's one of the things baseball has going against. Champagne will fire off a quick 3 after getting the ball. No good. Jeremy Sohan with the rebound gets the ball back to Champagne. Champagne will turn it over. It is Heat ball. I think one of the things working against baseball is not only the long games, but that 162-game season is just, ugh. An alley-oop to Sohan, and Sohan throws it down from Wemby. All right. Thunder, dome of justice. Wemby with the alley-oop to Sohan, and then right back down the other end. Bam fires a 3 from the corner, and it is good. It's all tied up at 5. Bam rocking a headband. We got some headband power tonight. CP3 gets it into the paint to Sohan, and it's going to be stolen. That's a turnover by the Spurs, all tied up at 5. Darren, a lot of people saying they're having issues with the games getting blocked. And that was an air ball 3 by Bam. Okay, well, follow up a good play with a bad play. And Butler's going to steal the ball from CP3. Another turnover for the Spurs. And Butler taking in the paint, gets the layup, and they have taken the lead by 2. A lot of turnovers by the Spurs to start off this game. Mando, this should be a tough test tonight, yes. Especially since I think the Heat are playing all their starters. Yeah, they're playing all their normal starters. That's a miss for the Spurs. As I looked at the lineup for the Heat, that's the normal starting lineup. Heat ball right now. Spurs, this will probably be our starting lineup when the season starts. Rozier from 3 from the corner, good, and the Spurs are down by 5. Pop's going to call timeout. By the way, if you have not hit the thumbs up as of yet, please do so. Fast, free, fun, nutritious, and delicious. And the sponsor of this channel is your thumbs up. That's what we'll ask for here. So here it is. Pop, show them how. Thoughts on CP3? I mean, he's not the Chris Paul of 10 years ago. I think he's going to play well. I think we're going to see, as you guys said, Lob City 1.5 because we don't have 2 lob threats on the team. Not to the level of the Clippers did back in the day. But I think we're gonna have a lot of highlight plays with Wemby and CP3. I think CP3 is going to be a great mentor for a lot of our young players, especially somebody like Stephon Castle who wants to be a point guard for the Spurs. Sorry, I'm having a problem with my shoe. Whether he stays here the whole year, I think that's a big question that we won't have answered until the All-Star break. If the Spurs are a losing team at that point, he wants to win a title before he retires. Obviously he does. I think they might trade him. What can you get from at this point? Maybe not a lot, but he's on a team-friendly contract. He's making like $10 million. So we'll see. Wow, that's a lot on CP3. It's going to be this. Yes, this will be the stars for the opening night. Gabriel, good evening to you. I am doing well. Got to go back to work tomorrow. I've been off the last 3 days plus today. Back to the grind tomorrow. Lupe, good evening to you. Bianca, it's on NBA TV. NBA TV tonight. Did shoot the next episode for I Like Crap. I've talked to you guys about the second channel a little bit here and there on this channel and posted things in the community notes. Shot the episode. This Friday's episode is about E.T. the game for the Atari 2600. Yes, I actually like that. And the video came out unexpectedly interesting when I was trying to play the game because I had some technical difficulties and also forgot how to play the game because I haven't fired up my Atari 2600 in like a decade. So there's going to be some bloopers, but I'm going to leave the bloopers in. Do I still work at a court? I never worked at a court. Bonjour. Rana, Go Spurs, go to you. So for folks in Texas, it looks like it's on Bally Sports. And then there's going to be games on Amazon Prime this year or next year. I don't remember when that goes down. You just found E.T. last week, Serge. I still have my copy of E.T. plus about 40 other Atari games. I liked the game. Did I put it on the easiest difficulty? Yes. But I played it today, and I beat the game, and that'll be part of the next video, and I like crap. Steven, a lot of us did. I think the game gets... There's some... Well, I talk about everything in the game, the problems with the game. But I don't think it's the worst game of all time. And it's been labeled as such. There are probably a lot worse out there. Did they drop the ball with... an adaptation or a film adaptation. I'm trying what's the word for film tie-in. Spurs almost turned the ball over again. We are sloppy this first quarter. Anyway, it's not about ET. Heat on an 8-0 run in the last minute 20. Wemby with the ball throws over to Barnes. Barnes back to Sohan. Sohan flies in the paint and just loses the ball. Another turnover for the Spurs. In an alley-oop, and bam, throws it down. Spurs down 12-5, and we are sloppy tonight. Jeez. CP3 for 3. That stops the 10-0 run, the bleeding, the hemorrhaging by the Spurs. Well, not the actual poop Lupe, but bad things that are considered bad, like E.T. the video game. A lot of Steven Seagal movies, that type of stuff. I think Wemby just traveled. That's another turnover. My God. And that like 5 turnovers in the first 4 minutes for us? Tommy Go Spurs, go to you. Yar's revenge. That's a good game. Do we have 5 turnovers? We actually do have 5 turnovers in the first 4 minutes. I was just saying, do we have 5 turnovers? We actually have 5 turnovers in the first 4 minutes. That 3 is no good. Spurs ball, 12-8. Heat up by 4. And we're going to have a kickball. Kickball and Terry Rozier, it's going to be Spurs ball. Harrison Barnes has not looked good so far in the preseason. I don't know what else to say. He has not looked good in the preseason. He's a veteran, though, so you're hoping he can turn it on in any moment. No turning on as of yet. Sohan with the ball, drops it off to CP3, 10 on the shot clock. Back to Wemby. Wemby throws it up into Sohan. Sohan in the paint. Throws it back to Wemby. Wemby's going to take a mile-long 3. Ooh, Brick City. Heat ball. We're going to have Zach Collins checking in for the Spurs here momentarily. And Kellen Johnson also checking in momentarily. Heat ball, 10 on the shot clock. Jovic takes a 3 over Jeremy Sohan and hits the rim. No good. Spurs ball. And CP3 will bring it up for the Spurs. I'm rocking my CP3 jersey. Is that another turnover? That's 6 turnovers for the Spurs. Wow, we got to clean that up. Pop's going to bench the whole starting lineup. He's not, but I mean, we've seen him do that before. Tyler Hero drives, kicks it out. And they will finally get a 3 from the corner. No good by Rozier. It's Spurs ball. Wemby will bring it up for San Antonio. Back to CP3. CP3 over to Sohan. Sohan's going to drive baseline, gets in the paint. Layup. Good. Nice move by Jeremy. Cuts the lead to 2. Play the starters. 20 to 25 minutes-ish. Rozier for 3. No good. And Chris Paul will track down the rebound. Everybody's not being very good, Raul. This team is struggling right now. Chrissy Might, CP3 for 3. Well, Chris Paul for 3 again. Kokoshiba, good evening to you. Spurs are on an 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Answer with 3 with a 3. Tyler Hero for 3, good. Heat back up by 2. We're going to have a timeout. Wemby's going to play only 15 minutes, though. We're in a timeout. Rough start for the Spurs, but they're only down by 2. We've turned the ball over, 6 or 7 times already? And they're only down by 2, so let's take that with a grain of salt. Take that as a positive. I don't know. Greg says, good evening, Sir Richard the Lionheart. Good evening to you, Greg, and I am flying solo tonight. I'm not flying solo. We got Team Green here and Coyote, Yodi in the back, and Selena. Ethan, let's go Spurs is right. Let's get it. You know what? What can we put up here? Let's do this. Yeah, a couple goals, Spurs goes. Veronica likes the Team Green. We also have Team Headband. And Mikey's, that's a headband, right? Even though his eyes are through it. Team Headband. So Team Headband, Team Green, Team 8 inches tall. Well, 8 inches is quite a bit, isn't it? Cover your ears, buddy. Will you ever put Cameron Brink next to you? So I know who that is. She's a WNBA player. She's very attractive. I don't know why I would put her on the channel, though. I don't cover the WNBA. I tried watching one game. I couldn't get into it. It was Caitlin Clark's team. In Fever? I think it's the Fever. This is still preseason, Angie. Still preseason. The regular season starts next week. We have one more preseason game Thursday, and then the regular season starts some point next week, Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember the exact day. Of course, we'll be live for that game, and hopefully every regular season game moving forward. Malachi Branham, he needs to turn things around sooner than later. He needs to start making some shots and playing some defense, or he's not going to be a Spur either next season or they could move on from him before the season starts. That's right. Pop should be on with the players. Sohan is not running back to his man. He's already walking. Anthony, I hadn't noticed. That's a good question. Yes, I know the WNBA they had their best year ever, haven't they? Attendance is up, revenue is up, ratings are up. Okay, good for them. I know Caitlin Clark's a big reason that all that's happened. The other girl that doesn't like her is Angel Reese. She's that little rivalries helps them. A lot of the negativity, and I don't know too much into it. The stuff surrounding Clayton Clark is just like obviously drawing viewers. Hey, whatever brings people in. They have to build on it, though. They have to make good decisions moving forward and build upon what they did this season. We're back from the timeout. Kelman's checked in. Zach Collins is checked in. And that's the only changes for the Spurs. Sohan in the paint. Throws the ball into the bottom of the rim, which that's not a way to score, so it'll be a miss and it'll be a heat ball. I don't know if that's going to count as a shot or a turnover. Bam, pull up in the paint over Zach Collins. Goes in and out, Burger. Collins with the rebound, gets to CP3. CP3 up to Keldon Johnson. Johnson flies in the paint, takes a crazy shot, and made it. All tied up. Really off-balance runner, high off the glass. I did not think that was going to go in, but it did. Hero pull up in the paint, good. Yeah, Manuel, I've actually looked. I got my Kai Soto stats link back up on my web browser. I see he had a couple double-doubles recently, so I do want to get back into following Kai Soto again and see how he does. I've been following him for 2 years. I'm not going to quit now. If he has a really huge game, I definitely want to do a reaction to that. I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for him to, achieve his dream. 17-15, it is heat ball after Spurs, miss or turn. Terry Rozier with the bucket. And one as Zach Collins foolishly fouled him. And Malachi really needs to lock in. Go Spurs, go indeed, Angie. I think Spurs bench is pivotal to their success this season. Chris, they have a deep bench, though. They have a really deep bench this year. I think their bench can be much better than last year, where Wemby would go out and then we'd see the leads go for the leads would be gone every time. I don't know if it's interesting to me, but have you noticed that Castle and Mamu already have good on-court chemistry, where it seems like Castle is always finding Mamu for a wide-open three? I have not noticed that, but that's a good thing. I feel like Castle's fitting into this team very well. If he has good chemistry with him, that's great. Him and Blake Wesley are already starting to develop a little something. I will watch a little of the postseason. I'll probably try to watch the end of the games. There's going to be a lot of Spurs games probably on during the playoffs. Playoffs? Yeah, got to win a game first. But I'll check them out. That free throw took forever, and he missed it. Good grief. Skoy, Pat, Skoy, Rocky, Skoy, Pat, Dad. Thank you for stopping in. Castle's in there now. Players that are on the court are right there. Well, it's not updated as of yet. Castle's going to take a three. No good. Didn't look bad, just didn't go in. Castle's on the court, but ESPN's thing hasn't updated, so my apologies, but Stephon Castle is in the game. Good old number 5, not DeJounte Murray. Rozier off balance in the paint, no good. Sohan with the rebound. Baseman, that's kind of Bassy. Missed by the Spurs, heat ball. Under 3.5 minutes to go. They're up 19-15. Hero kicks it out. Jovic with the three, no good. A fight for the board, and Castle will come down with it. Bobby February, good evening to you. Thank you for stopping in. And we're going to have a foul, and it's going to be on the Heat. Stephon Castle gets fouled in the paint. Yeah, the game started at 7:30. Homer Martinez, this was a 7:30 p.m. Eastern game tonight. Normally they start at 8. It's an East Coast game. It's in Florida. So they started at 7:30. So many Castle anchor our defense. They could. Yep. We have 8 turnovers so far. Angie, I like your consistency. You're always rooting for Bobo and Ben Simmons. With all due respect, I don't want Ben Simmons anywhere near this team. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to stay with the Spurs. Kevin Love is checked in. Kevin Love looking older. Ichiro, go Spurs, go to you. TJ Jeremy can dunk. Blake Wesley is checked in for the Spurs, so we got the Wesley and Castle combo backcourt. And Castle traveled. 9 turnovers for the Spurs in the first quarter. 9. If this was a regulation game, that would that be a record? Or close to a record? 9 first quarter turnovers? Well, not regulation game, but a regular season game. Corner 3. No good. I don't know who shot that for the Heat, but it was no good either way. 2.5 minutes to go, and can we just stop turning the ball over? Castle back out to Trey Jones, and Pop running his small triple guard lineup. He's got Trey Jones, Blake Wesley, and Stephon Castle. Though Castle can play the 1, 2, or 3. Jones drives, throws it up off the glass. Good. And Trey's probably playing point right now. I think Wesley's playing shooting guard, and Castle's playing small forward, which puts Keldon at power forward, which he's undersized for that position. That's a 3 for the Heat. 22-17, 2 minutes to go. Keldon out to Trey. Trey back over to Castle. Wheels it around to Wesley. Wesley's going to take off. Back out to Castle. He's going to launch the 3. Back rim, no good. Jamie Jacques Jr. with the rebound. Rocking the headman. He's going to drive into the paint. Stops. Kicks it out. And Miami Heat offense will reset 14 on the shot clock. Do I think Wemby's a big basketball player? I mean, thickness-wise, no. But height-wise, absolutely. I mean, he's 7'4". Laura Latin, it is on NBA TV tonight. NBA TV. I think that, Angie, I think the concern I would have both players you're mentioning tonight is Ben Simmons doesn't have the best reputation these days. I'm not saying off the court, but just on the court. And I think Bobo, I've heard that too. I think maybe you guys have said it, that he's been criticized for being lazy. And Keldon Johnson gets into the paint and gets the layup. Nice moves by Keldon. Weight loss might be helping him. Seems just a little quicker than ever. Heat ball, corner 3. Dang. Alec Burks for 3. 6-point lead, 1 minute to go. And welcome back, Lays and Bacon. I don't even know which team Ben Simmons is on these days. Wemby in the paint. Throws it up. Good. That's a layup for Wemby. So Wemby's checked back in at the end of the first Q. Spurs down by 4. Jimmy Jacques Jr. going to start to drive. One-on-one with Keldon into the paint. Jump shot over him. And the shot is no good. Wemby with the rebound. Wemby will bring it up for the Spurs. I thought he was going to launch a 3. He did not. Blake Wesley loses the ball after the Wemby pass, and that's the 10th turnover for the Spurs. Some teams have a 10 turnovers for the whole game. And a foul on Castle. We're going to have 2 free throws coming up for the Heat. 10 turnovers. Right only, I have no idea. Preseason games. Are they even showing them? Are they gonna? Are the MLB playoffs on tonight? Is it the National League game? Because if that's the case, that's going to be on probably almost every TV. The Nets. All right, man. No, I honestly couldn't remember. First free throw is the Heat are at the line. They just put that point on the Spurs. That totally screwed me up. They just fixed it. Marauders. Yeah, the Giants stink. That's okay. The Cowboys suck too. So for the first time in a while, Cowboys fans can share my misery of suckiness. Giants were bad Sunday. The Cowboys were awful. Was it 40-something to 10? Or I don't remember what the score is, but it was bad for a home loss. Trey Jones going to take off, drives in the paint, loses the ball. He was fouled. Yeah, Lonzo's been out for a while, Glaze and Bacon. No, if the coaching staff could motivate them to play, Is it worth taking that risk? If they're unmotivated right now, do you want a player that you have to fix that on? Don't you want players that already have that drive? Wemby's going to take a Euro step in the paint, kicks it out to Keldon for a 3 at the buzzer, off the rim, no good, and the Spurs will go into the second quarter down 27-21. You know, we're down by 6. It could be so much worse. So much worse with all these dang turnovers. It's like we're auditioning for Pillsbury. One turnover after another. But we're only down by 6. Exactly. Clear up the turnovers, and we'll probably could have the lead. Jamie Sanchez, good evening. We're playing some sloppy basketball, but only down by 6. Jerry is destroying the team. That's what a lot of Cowboys fans are saying. I see a lot of Cowboys fans are not too excited that you're stuck with Dak Prescott for the next, obviously this season and then 3 more years, and he's making $55 million a year or $60 million a year. Whatever the number is, it's way too much. I watch whatever. Okay, so I have the NBA League Pass. I purchased it for the channel. That also includes NBA TV. So being in Connecticut, the Spurs are obviously not my local team, so I watch all the games on NBA TV and NBA League Pass. Anything that's televised on ESPN or TNT, I'll purchase Sling for that time frame. Like, I think I'll have to get Sling for the first month of the season, and then the Spurs don't have a televised game for like 3 or 4 weeks, so I'll get it, cancel it, wait a month, and then get it again, because I don't watch anything else on Sling but the Spurs games. Yep, 10 turnovers in quarter 1. I'm waiting for... Oh, Steven Z, don't say that. New ownership can change a franchise. Look at the... I almost call them the Red... Washington's changed their name so many damn times, it throws me off. So the Washington Commanders, which I don't like that name for the record. I think Commanders is I just don't like it. I don't like it. It doesn't roll off the tongue for me. It is what it is. So the Washington team, terrible through the Dan Snyder era. Snyder finally sells the team, and they're starting to turn things around. Yes, we have 10 turnovers, Kokoshibo. Laura, it is a lot of hopping around, but it is what it is. Ernie, she's doing well. She just came back from Miami. She was on a workout group thing that she did. And as far as I know, she's doing great. She's going to be in Texas this weekend. Miss TSR is going to be in Texas, not to see a Spurs game, which I don't think there are any Spurs games this weekend. But she'll be there to do the Spartan Ultra. I don't know if any of you guys are doing that. That's where you run the Spartan Beast. And then you do it again. And then there's like some extra on there too. So that's gonna be crazy. I will not ever do that. Ever. Heat ball 27-21 under 12 minutes ago. Second quarter just starting. Duncan Robinson, greatest name in NBA history, checked in. And now a turnover. Kellen's gonna have his own little fast break, and he will throw it down. Bada bing. Justice. We clean up these turnovers, and that's actually the big issue with the Spurs right now. Duncan Robinson gets in the paint, gets blocked by Wemby. Wemby will bring it up for the Spurs. Going to take a 3. Boink, no good. Keldon with the putback. That is him. Keldon's having a heck of a first quarter. Commander sounds like an XFL, yes, or triple. Yes, exactly. B Barrett. It doesn't sound like an NFL teammate. Commander, I don't know. Commander just doesn't roll for me. I don't trust women who travel alone. You're so chill, dude. That's good. Woo! I'm not gonna say anything else on that. I don't remember the San Antonio Commanders. I don't. We are in a timeout right now. Hey TSR, what is your guess for how many wins the Spurs get this year? 35-40. 35 being the floor, 40 being the ceiling. I think we're just going to be short of being a playoff team. Next year is when we become a perennial playoff team. By the way, tonight's live stream is sponsored, as usual, by your thumbs up. So if you haven't hit the thumbs up, please do so. It's the one thing we'll ask for. If you're new to the channel, enjoying hanging out in the community, looking for a Spurs place to go for live streams and or videos, well, we got you covered. So appreciate y'all. I'm a Cowboys fan, but oh, that was a butt whipping it was. I didn't know it was Jerry Jones' birthday that day. I wish I had said that when I did the YouTube short about the Cowboys losing. It was the first time they lost to the Lions since 2013. They lost at home. They lost on primetime. I didn't realize they also got blown out on Jerry Jones' birthday. 50. Homer with the 60 wins. Nice. Stick with it this season. Wemby moves too fast. I think over time he'll move slower and see the game slower, and that should help with his turnovers. He might be playing a little too fast soon into the Savior. Maybe. 50 is a lot. I know you don't like Netflix, but the Mr. McMahon documentary is money. They touch heavily on the Attitude Era and all the good stuff that his old fans love. I will probably watch that with Miss TSR. I honestly forgot about the Miss McMahon documentary, but I've heard it's good. You just said it's good. Yeah, I need to check that out. I definitely need to check that out. My weekly recap is ready on YouTube. All right, cool. Do I like the new colors or the retro colors for, you like the Spurs City jerseys? Because I don't like those. They look too much like last year's. Way too much like last year's. Keldon Johnson is looking better than Harrison Barnes in the preseason. Yeah. You know what? He probably has a chip on his shoulder. Probably has something, I'm sure he has something to prove. He worked his absolute ASS off to get in shape and lost 20 pounds. The leanest he's ever been as a Spur, and it seems to be helping his game from what we can see so far. But when you look around Spurs websites, social media, a lot of it is trade Keldon. Whenever there's trade rumors, he's always the one, and it's just not. It sucks. It's got to suck. He's got to be seeing some of that. It's always trade Keldon, and. That I hope that motivated him. It should motivate him. Like, you know what? No, I'm a San Antonio Spur, damn it, and I'm going to go out there being best San Antonio Spur I can be. So I hope he has. He might not have his best year scoring-wise, points per game, because he's not the guy on the team this year or anymore. Another turnover of the Spurs. I think actually it was a turnover by Keldon. But I hope he has his most efficient season. I hope he can shoot around 50% from the field, 38 to 40% from beyond the arc. Play some defense. How good do I think Victor will be? 25, 12, and 4. 25, 12, 4, and 4. 25 points, 12 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 blocks. I think he can do that. Thank you. Hit the like button indeed. It's always trade Keldon. Never how's Keldon doing. Yeah, July 26th, exactly. You know what drives me crazy? And it's not anybody specific, and I don't think it's any of you guys in here per se. But when I see the trade Keldon, or when I keep seeing people put trade Keldon, he sucks. We're going to have a foul in the paint, and we're going to have 2 free throws coming up for the Miami Heat. And I hate it when they do these interviews. I'll complain about it every time it happens, and they show the person being interviewed on the screen, and then the game is just smushed to half its normal size. Like, damn it, just do picture-in-picture. Put their head over the bottom corner of the screen. But anyway, yeah. I don't want to trade Keldon. He's on a team-friendly contract. He's our 6th man. He's a spark plug off the bench. There's other players I would move on from before that. Jamie Jaquez Jr. is at the line for 2, by the way. My clock is just a little behind because I couldn't see the game clock because they were doing that interview. Kevin Love is still playing. Is he like 40? It's got to be close, right? Trey Jones will bring it up for the Spurs. They are down by 4. Not too bad when you consider how many turnovers we had. Pop is running the Trey Jones, Chris Paul lineup right now. I wonder if that's going to be a lineup we've seen this season. As Wemby spins around his defender and throws it down. Thunder of justice. Wemby showing some moves in the paint. I think that you trade Vassell. Injury prone or Sohan, I don't think they're going to move on from either. I do have concerns with Vassell's injury history, especially the last couple years, and already starting off this year, still recovering from last season. So he's got to play at least 75 games this year, and he's already in the whole 5 games. Or 72. Give me at least 72. He may have played 72 games last year and missed the last 10. I don't remember. Just stay healthy. Once you're back, just please stay healthy. It is Heat ball, up by 2. Ball's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be off a Spur. Going to stay with the Heat. Kelvin was our guy back when we didn't have a guy. Jeremiah, thank you very much. And thank you for that. Appreciate it. Beantown Breakdown. Como está mi hombre? How are you doing, Bobby? I was just talking about you a little earlier. Kid you not, I was. Somebody asked if I'm going to come out to Texas to see a Spurs game, and I said probably the only way I'll see a Spurs game this season is locally. If I go, I don't know, out to Boston, I have a double date with Beantown Breakdown. If tickets aren't redonkulous, and I'm talking like, $300 to $400 for nosebleed, because they were pretty bad last year. And I can't imagine ticket prices will be good this year with the Celtics being the defending NBA champions. CP3 in the paint, throws it up off the glass. Good! We got a tied game. The Spurs have like 15 turnovers already. We got a tied game. Side Draft Media says, Chuck Norris. Because sometimes you need a good Chuck. Go in row. He says, that's Olympic gold medal winner Keldon Johnson. Put some respect on his name. No, we're not trading Jeremy. The Heat stream is glazing the Spurs. Are they? Jaquez Jr. with the layup after the inbound pass after the stoppage in play. 31-29, Heat back up 2. The Heat are already in the bonus. Wow, Spurs getting whistled up in this quarter. Wemby's going to drive, and he's going to get fouled, speaking of whistles. I got my New York Christmas tickets for that game. Nice, Malongo. Thank you, Side Draft Media. And it's been a lot of work. I didn't realize how much work it would be doing this channel with the season back and trying to run the second channel, but I'm enjoying it. Shot all the footage today for ET. If anybody's wondering what I'm talking about, real quick, I have a second YouTube channel called I Like Crap. It's just a channel that makes fun of the stuff that I enjoy and others enjoy that's considered bad, but you still like it. So bad is good, that type of thing. And ET for the Atari 2600. Had a blast shooting the footage for that today, and that'll be up Friday. Sohan drives in the paint, misses the shot in the paint. It's going to be Heat ball. Nice, Goy. Giannis versus Wemby should be a good one. Woo! Kevin Love hits a long 3. Kevin Love showing he's still got it. What's up, Mr. Z? Good evening to you. Sohan in the paint, and he's going to immediately get fouled by David Robinson, Duncan. Duncan Robinson. Whoops. How are we doing? Lots of turnovers. That's not a joke. That Homer put we had 10 turnovers in the first quarter. We had 10 turnovers in the first quarter. Struggle was real. Struggle was real. Barnes will finally get the ball into Wemby. 34-29. Victor drives in the paint. Gets by everybody and gets fouled. But they're calling a lot of fouls this quarter. Castle, he was good in the Utah game, Jeremiah. A little quiet tonight. He played very well against Utah. 34-29. A little over 8 minutes to go. CP3 had a little chat with Wemby. Wemby going to the line for 2. 2 shots. I think our starting lineup for the future is not set yet. Wemby is a lock of the 5. I think Sohan, some of you might not like this, but I think he's going to be our 4, barring something else happen. He should be our 4. Vassell's our 2, which some might not be crazy about that. We still haven't established our 3 and our 1. Harrison Barnes is not the long-term option at the 3. Chris Paul's not the long-term option at the 1. Ideally, Stephon Castle is our long-term option at the 1, and we're trying to figure out who the long-term option is at small forward. Wemby makes 1 of 2, 34-30. When the hell are we getting our Fiesta jerseys back? That's a good question. Like the old, yeah. They're doing all these retro, and yeah. I like those black jerseys with the Fiesta colors. I thought those were going to be kind of around for a while. They were here and gone 1 year. Wemby's going to toss it out to CP3. Open for 3. Takes the 3. Misses the 3. And Kevin Love with the rebound. Gets it up to Duncan Robinson. Robinson to Jaquez Jr. flying through the paint. He gets the layup. Got by Stephon Castle. Nice job by Jamie Jaquez Jr. Spurs ball down by 6. Back to Wemby in the paint. Wemby versus Love. Throws it out to CP3. Back to Barnes. 10 on the shot clock. Barnes going to drive in the paint. Pull up. No good. Pull up right at the edge of the paint, and Barnes' shooting has been, not great. Love gets Wemby off his feet, does a little sidestep, takes the three, misses the three. The Sohan with the rebound. Jeremy gets up the court, gets it to Wemby. Wemby kicks it out to Castle for an open three. No good. He's just missing those just by a little bit. But he is shooting them when he's open. So, I mean, take the shot, kid. Just not making the shot. 36-30 still. Jaquez into the paint again and pops in to call timeout as he gets the layup off the glass. Ozzy, go Spurs, go to you. I did like the first Fiesta jerseys depleted mine. Those are my favorite. I would agree. Me personally, I think we should drop Zach Collins. We're stuck. We are stuck with Zach Collins, Peanut. He's making almost $18 million this year. He's on the hook for another $18 million next year. We're not dropping him. Could he try to trade him? Sure. Would anybody take him? I mean, would you? You know, there's that when you. It's kind of hard to say. Well, it's not hard to say it, but man, Zach Collins sucks. Let's trade him. If he sucks, he probably doesn't have a lot of trade value, or he has no trade value. Out of the East, I mean, until proven wrong, you got to go with the Celtics, right? Trade him with some picks. You could do that. Makai, sorry, I'm very distracted by the ladies dancing on the screen in Miami. I looked up and I'm like, oh, attractive women dancing. I'm used to the Spurs. I'm like, oh, kids dancing. Whoop-de-doo. Sorry. I don't even know what I was talking about. There was just, poof, all of a sudden camera was on a beautiful blonde girl, and I was like, all right, well, what's happening here? Zach Collins to the Wolves? I don't know what he's going to do. I think we're stuck with him. No, Mohammed, nope. Castle 3-point shooting is honestly the biggest wild card I'm interested in the season. I think that is a big wild card. His shot form looks good. He's taking the shots with confidence. They're just not going in at the moment. McLean, Garrett, no. Harrison Barnes is not looking good at the moment. Zach Worth the second. That's probably about it. TSR, I'm totally down for double date for Celtics team. We'll have to look up when they play each other. I think it's December? I don't think Zach's own family would take him. Oh my gosh. Steven dropping some shade on Zach Collins. Ouch. He just Chuck Norris him. Nobody likes getting chucked. Nobody likes you either, Kawhi. Anyway, we are in a timeout. I'm just going to hang out with Grogu and you guys. And hang out with Grogu and you guys. Ranked among top 10 of NBA rookies in points, assists, steals, minutes, field goal percentage, and free throw percentage for Jamie Jaquez Jr. Wow. I knew he had a good rookie year. I didn't know he had that good of a rookie year. Castle bring it up for the Spurs. Gets it to our buddy Zach Collins, who's in the game right now. Nice pass to Kellen. Kellen going backdoor with the layup. And Has Kellen been our best offensive player tonight? I think he might be at this point. I think he's leading the team in points. I can't see it at the moment, but I'm pretty sure he's got to be number one based on what I'm seeing on the court. Rozier with the ball, gets double teamed. Pass it off. They're going to go. Who has the ball right now? I think that's Bam. Yep, Bam with pull up. Good. I think Barnes will end up being a bench potato. Ozzy Epps laying in the house. That Chuck Norris motion in real life. Turnover by the Spurs again. Fast break layup is good. Jeez. Jovic with the bucket. Sewing down the other end. He gets a quick bucket in the paint. Right for out again. Show me the fire. Show us some passion. Show us some heat. Wait, no. We don't want any heat. Speaking of which, heat ball at the moment. Bam, back to Rozier. Rozier swings it around. Tyler Hero with the ball in three-point land, guarded by Kelman. Back to Bam. Bam's pull-up. Off the front rim, no good. Zach Collins with the rebound. Kelman is a Spur. Send him to Detroit where he belongs. Oh, my Atlanta. Alley-oop to Zach Collins. He didn't throw it down, but it did end up going onto the rim and rolling in. So take what you can get, I guess. 5 minutes remaining. Heat ball up by 6. Hero for 3, no good. Hero. Kaito Hero. The Sohan will bring it up. Drops it off to Barnes. Barnes. I got to fly in here. What the heck? Over to Kelman. 12 on the shot clock. And he'll get it to Castle. Castle looking to set up the offense. Get to Collins on a pick and roll. Back to Barnes. Shot clock to expire. Barnes back to Zach. Turnover. Hero's open for 3. Going to take the 3. Going to miss the 3. Barnes with the rebound. What do we have? 14 or 15 turnovers? 10 steals right now for the Heat in just the first half with 4 minutes to go. Barnes for 3. Thank hallelujah, sweet baby Jesus. Can you do that punk where that guy was punching that car window in Road Rage video? I don't know what that is. Andrew, no, I didn't hear that Cowboy X Factor. Season. Wow. I hate Collins. Dang. Andrew Thomas is our best offensive lineman. He missed some time last year. I don't remember how much it was, but oh boy, team already falling apart. Neighbors missing a bunch of games due to injury. Kayvon Thibodeau's injured. Our kicker is injured. Gano was injured, week 1 or 2, and we've had bums in there since. 2 free throws for the Heat, by the way. Jimmy B at the line. Jimmy of the Butler kind. 12 turnovers, 10 Heat steals. Okay, I thought it was more than 12. It feels like it. Right? Beat the Heat. Not a rival right now. Obviously, we have some history with the Miami Heat. Good and bad. Castle drives in the paint. Dumps it off to Collins. Collins will lose. Another turnover for the Spurs. Another turnover. I'm tired of saying another turnover for the Spurs. Seriously. I'm done. I don't want to say anymore. 13 turnovers. Your NFL team is not better than the Vikings. Record-wise this year, no, they are not. I don't believe I ever said they were. Lifetime, I would put the Giants ahead of the Vikings because we've actually won a Super Bowl. We actually won a Super Bowl. Oh, wait. No, we've won 4 Super Bowls. The Vikings still sitting at... Ooh. My best friend's a Vikings fan, though, so it's all good. Another free throw for Bam Adebayo. Missed it. He was at the line. The Heat are in the bonus, by the way. Castle bring it up for the Spurs. And if we could just stop turning the ball over and play a little cleaner offense, they would be winning this game. Wendell get it to Barnes. Barnes to Sohan. And Sohan will throw it down. There we go.
Thunder. Dunk of justice.
3 for Hero. Good. 48-41. I'm doing well, Stevie. Thank you. OGR is doing well, yes. And the 70s, it was the Purple People Eaters at Sersky. They think they went to 4 Super Bowls, right? They lost to the Steelers twice. Castle's going to drive in, and he throws it down as well.
Thunder. Dunk of justice.
All right. Nice job, Steph. Steph is a great finisher in the paint, which I did not know that was part of his repertoire. Spurs with the ball, and it's an alley-oop to Sohan is totally botched. I think it's going to be another turnover. An alley-oop down the other end of Bam. They show us how it's done. Boom, shakalaka from Bam Adebayo. Steph Castle. I saw a comment that the Vikings will win this year. I'm not going to trust any team led by Sam Darnold. Even though he's playing great right now, the playoffs are a different story. But we'll see. Soyan in the paint, up off the glass, good. 50-45, under 2 minutes to go. Spurs have 32 points in the paint to the Heat's 16, so the Spurs are rocking in the paint, just nowhere else. Bam's going to drive in the paint, and he's going to get fouled, which means 2 more free throws coming up for the Miami Heat. 50-45. Not everyone as tall as you, Wemby. That oop was bad. That's fair. How long are we going to pretend that Soyan is our key to victory? Is our key? Bam misses the first free throw and lets out a loud groan. 50-45, minute and a half to go. Oh, this fly is driving me crazy. It just whizzed right by my head. Could you guys actually see that on camera? I'm guessing probably not, but he literally just went right in front of my face. He missed them both! And the Heat get the offensive rebound. Dang. Nothing like giving up an offensive rebound on the second missed free throw. Jimmy buckets with the ball into the paint. And he's going to get fouled. 2 more free throws coming up for the Heat. No, I mean, Wemby, it's probably a fruit fly. He'll be dead tomorrow. Wemby is the key. I mean, yeah. All right, we got you going. We got it. So that's part of the key to victory, not just the key. I would agree with that. Yes, Sirski. Yes, that is a factual statement. And congratulations to anybody that's going to the Super Bowl. I've been to a few football games. I actually like watching it on TV. I'm one of those people. I like the live experience. Don't get me wrong, and I'm sure the Super Bowl is going to be lit. Just leaving sucks. I hate leaving sporting events. The parking lot is always just a... I shouldn't say that's not exactly 100% true because I've been to quite a few UFC events the last few years. Me and my buddy get a hotel that's about a mile or less away from the event, so we always walk to the arena and never try to... Oh my gosh, another foul. These refs are just blowing their whistles left and right, and that's on the Spurs. An offensive foul, so that's going to be a turnover. Yankees up 3-0 on the Guardians. All right. Pedro, the only person out is Devin Vassell for the regulars. Everybody else is playing tonight. Another foul. We're going to have 2 more free throws for the Heat. Nikola Jovic is going to the line. My goodness. These refs calling this like it's a finals game with all these damn free throws. Playing CP3 and Trey Jones together is ridiculous. I'm not a fan of it. You got 2 guys that are short out there. Do we need 2 point guards? Pop's been doing that quite a bit this preseason. I don't get it or like it myself. I actually just heard the announcers talking about how small our lineup is. Our guards are very tiny. Trey Jones and Chris Paul are each around, 6'1"? Yeah, the refs in midseason form already. Way too many fouls. Way too many fouls. 9-point lead, by the way, for the Heat. That's the biggest lead of the game. Now Chris Paul gets fouled. God. I like the combination of Blake and Castle in the backcourt. Now that's going to hurt our floor spacing, so that's more about we need a defensive stop. And we're going to have a review. And yeah, these refs are calling this game like it's a playoff game. Charles Bassey has the green light to play. He has not played 1 minute yet this preseason. The idea is good, but the execution is still rough. That's fair. Pop better be on their AWS at halftime. I don't think we'll see this rotation in the regular season. I would be shocked if Pop is trotting out Chris Paul and Trey Jones at the same time. And if he does, then I'm just going to be sitting there scratching my head, which wouldn't be the first time over the last few seasons where I've looked at the lineup and I am like, what are we doing? The Heat are getting a lot of calls. Spurs, sloppy, yes, that's an understatement. Actually, Champagne, I don't think he has even been playing. What's going on with him tonight? Bobby, the Spurs lineups have been extremely weird. Pop at times has had Trey Jones, Chris Paul, and a third guard on the floor. He's gone with an exceptionally small lineup. He's had Blake Wesley in there. I think we had 4 guards one night, where it was Blake Wesley, Stephon Castle, Trey Jones, and CP3. I don't get some of the rotations. I've complained, and a lot of you watching have complained about the rotations the last few years. I guess in Pop we trust. I don't know. Maybe he's got something cooking we don't know about. He has as much calls as the Spurs turnovers. That sounds about right. CP3 to mentor Trey before the regular season? Possibly. No Mamu yet, Garrett. I don't know where Sandro is. He's not played 1 minute. The big man rotation's been Zach Collins and Wemby. I've heard somebody in the chat said Wemby's on a minutes restriction tonight, like around 15 minutes-ish. So maybe we'll see some Mamu in the second half. He's been playing very well. It is Spurs ball, 54-45. Both teams in the bonus. CP3 will get it out to Wemby. Wemby fighting against Bam. Almost loses the ball. Tips it over to CP3. 6 on the shot clock. And now the ball's go. Spurs do turn it over finally. I just heard an announcer say we've been sloppy. We have 14 turnovers in the first half. That's being polite, saying we're sloppy. Bam with the ball, and he's going to throw it down. And 1. This is ridiculous with all these fouls. Jeez, this is... I mean, made the free throw. Obviously, I don't like it when my team's getting whistled all night. But I just don't like a lot of fouls in general. So he's going to get in the paint. He throws it down again. Jeremy on a lot of dunks tonight.
Thunder, dunk of justice.
Anyway, just having just free throws all night, it slows the game down, which means a longer stream. And it's not really exciting to call free throws. Tyler Hero with a very difficult layup over the outstretched arm of Victor Wembanyama. Spurs can hold down by 12, the biggest lead of the game for either team. Obviously, the biggest lead for the team. Trey Jones with a layup at the buzzer off the glass. Good. All right, well, we'll end on a positive note. We get the last shot of the half, which usually it's the other way. Chris Paul has 5 turnovers already. I didn't realize so many of the turnovers were by CP3. He's got more turnovers than assists. All right, well, let's go pull up the halftime. So, hey, we're almost at 100 thumbs up, my friends. We are only a few away. If you haven't done so and you've been hanging out, talking in the chat, etc., your thumbs up is our sponsor. So if you can do so, if you haven't, here it is. All right, let's get into the halftime stats. English, do you speak it? No. I think I was quoting Pulp Fiction there. English, do you speak it? All right, let's look at the Heat first. We always go with the opposition first. Jovic with 4, Butler with 6. Bam Adebayo has 15 points in the first half. Pretty solid. Tyler Hero also in a solid first half, 10 points on 4 of 8 shooting. Rozier with 5. Off the bench for the Heat, Love with 6. Robinson with 0. Burks with 3. Smith with 2. Jacques Jr. with 8. So he's been 8 points in 8 minutes. So Sparkplug off the bench for the Heat. For our San Antonio Spurs, Julian Champagnie, very quiet tonight. 0 on 0 for 1 shooting in 10 minutes. So it figures, in true Julian Champagnie fashion, I do a video today about how great he's been playing for our channel. And then tonight he comes out and is putting up a dud so far. Actually, all the guys I talked about. Champagnie putting up a dud. Castle ain't done anything yet. And Mamo hasn't even played. So in true Spurs fashion, anyway. Sohan, 12 points to lead all Spurs scores. 12 points and 6 boards on 6 of 10 shooting. So Jeremy having a good night. Barnes, quiet as usual, 3 points. Wemby actually fairly solid. like him to take less three-pointers. He's 1 of 4 from beyond the arc, 3 of 6 overall from the field. He has 8 points, 7 boards, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 2 turnovers, doing a little at everything. Chris Paul, rough night, 8 points, which is good on 3 of 4 shooting, but he's got 5 of our turnovers. He has not been good with the ball tonight. Off the bench, Zach Collins with 2, Kelvin Johnson leading the bench unit. He's got 10 points on 5 of 7 shooting. Trey Jones with 4, Blake Wesley with the donut. And he only played 3 minutes. Wow. Did Pop not like something he saw out there by Blake? And then Stephon Castle, 2 points on 1 of 4 shooting, 2 boards, 1 assist. He has 2 turnovers. Spurs really struggling with the turnovers tonight. They have 15 first half turnovers. The Heat have 3? What? The Miami Heat have 3 turnovers. Chris Paul has more turnovers than the entire Miami Heat team in the first half. Wow, that is something I didn't want to have to say. But there it is. Holy SH to the I to the team. Wemby Defensive Player of the Year? Yes, I do. Well, we can't have a worse turnover ratio than that ever again, I hope. My goodness, I hope not. Going into this preseason, they cannot have much no, they can't. I can't see Pop, and I'm sure he's angry. Free J, we are looking rough. I'm trying to get some of the missed comments from when I was doing the stats. If someone is on the court, it's 4 on 5, and someone gets the occasional garbage time dunk. Where's Mamu? Mamu's on the bench. Julian is in regular season form. Ouch. Julian performing when it doesn't matter. Yeah. Maybe some Mamu in the second half? I hope so, Mo. Where all the Champagne fans at? Where's the Champagne at? Is it 40? Oh, did I not get... Thank you. Anthony, I guess that bucket didn't go up there for whatever reason. I appreciate you. I might have had my thingy on something else. What? Let me put halftime up on here. Because it is halftime. Yeah, it's 49. It didn't work for me. Good evening, Levath. Branham is not playing. Spurs fans complaining about Wemby on Twitter? What? Why? Anthony, I think we're going to probably go around 38 and 44. I see no plays being run for Wemby. They're just letting him... yeah, you might be right. Put Minix in. Yes, where's Riley Minix at tonight? We've looked good in second half so far during the season, so I'm hopeful get to see Bassett, but hopefully get some minutes. Yeah, 2 clutch Corey. No Bassett at all yet this preseason. All right, D Nice, not the place. This will be the first warning. Just going to give you a 1-minute timeout, so a short one. Nothing political here. This is a sports channel. Go to Fox or MSNBC or CNN or one of those who want to talk politics. We're not here to talk that. We're here to talk Spurs. If you're a Heat fan, by all means, talk about the Heat. Talk about anything NBA. You want to talk about how my Giants suck or the Cowboys suck? Hey, bring it. But politics, nope. And that's it. Good evening, Edgar. They reduced the turnovers in half by quarter 2. Yep, you're right. They had 10 in the first quarter, 5 in the second quarter. Wemby needs to accept he isn't a perimeter player. I do agree. He should be doing more work in the paint and around the paint. Minix is with Mamu. Yes, he is. Do you think the Spurs beat the Mavs opening night? I mean, Anthony, I want to be optimistic, but we got to be realistic. This is the defending Western Conference champions. Probably not. I would love to see us beat them. Probably not. There you go, Mr. Z. 50, yes, yep. 15 turnovers to 3. 15 to 3. That is a crazy number. Yeah. Do I think Ligma Tate can make the final 15? Ligma Tate? I don't understand the question. Honestly, don't. Last year we held up good against the Mavs. I think CP3 is going to show his full potential with Wemby. With Wemby, that was a typo. They don't seem focused tonight, Arno. They don't seem focused. They seem I don't know. I know it's just preseason, but you want to end preseason on a high note. This is one of our 2 nationally televised preseason games, and the first preseason game is when we lost. So we lost the first one. So are we going to end up losing both our nationally televised preseason games? Hold up. That first preseason game, did we lose by a lot or a little? I don't remember. It was OKC. We lost by 5. Chet played the first quarter. Wemby didn't play at all. So if we lose tonight, then we'll have lost both our televised preseason games, which means Wash will beat Houston Thursday night. Definitely, much like previous seasons, a hard Spurs team to figure out. And just player-wise, when you see him play so well, and then they come out tonight and just hit a wall. Like Champagnie was on fire. Now he looks like Chump Penny. I just went off on a client, bro. 5 weeks to get the F color for the house. What? Not Penny. She's like, what about the brick? And it only says wall. Oh, no. It only says walls and eaves and facials? I'll stop right there. Wemby's just being careful, relaxed as a preseason game. Lemon flavored bleach. I mean, yes. Jennings? I'm a little disappointed with Harrison Barnes at this moment too. I thought we were gonna get a lot more. D-Nice, it's all good. It's okay. I don't want to be a total jerk because some folks could be newer here or could be completely new, and I don't want you to think you're not welcome. It's just people start arguing very quickly when anything political happens, and what I don't want to see in the chat is people arguing. And I have brought politics in the channel before in 2020 during that election, and it was a huge mistake. And I would just rather have a good time, get along, talk Spurs, talk Heat, talk about what's going right in this game, what's going wrong in this game. Yeah, this is sports. I just don't want to see people getting angry. I mean, we'll get angry if the Spurs play like crap, but that's a different kind of anger, right? That's the key. I'm always angry. Wemby did have a heavy summer. Go Spurs, go times 1,000. Whew. She was so cringe. She's been all nuts for weeks, man. Bobby, do we ever do good in preseason? I don't know. What I think about Bronny James, wish him well. That heart condition he had was absolutely scary. Biggest problem with Bronny is the name on the back of his jersey. He's getting way too much attention for a late second-round pick, and he was probably picked only because of who his dad is. So he's going to have unfair expectations levied on him very early in his career. It'd be nice if the kid just go out and play when he can. He should be in the G League. I don't know if he's going to the G League, but he absolutely is a G League player and should go develop his game there. If the Lakers are going to put him on the bench this year and just let him sit, they're doing him a disservice. Huge disservice. Well, thank you, Vexa Timmer. Appreciate that. Only reason why he's popular is because his height and the occasional three-pointer he can hit. Almost Harlem Globetrotter. In an actual game, he is useless in the paint. Wow, I don't think I agree with that. Jay Smith, I'll tell you what, the team that's going to win tonight is the team that scores the most points. For sure. Veronica, you have been here, eyeball lady. Ozzy, I'm wearing a Chris Paul jersey. Go turnovers, go. Ugh. Just stay positive, Bobby. That's all I can say. Try to stay positive. Yeah. Easier said than done, right? When we had Robinson, we were in the When we had David Robinson, I assume, we were in the playoffs. Near that, Tim Duncan was in the NBA in the draft. Everybody was injured. Interesting enough. Hint, hint. Thoughts on his cereal soup? What is cereal soup? Alex, yes, zero flow, excuse me. I don't know why Mom wasn't playing with Wemby either. What happened with Jimmy and Chris Paul? Nothing that I'm aware of. Yeah, this is my Johnson. So everybody can see my Johnson. Woo! Isaac, I just wish he would stop launching as many threes sometimes as he has. I mean, if they're going in one after another, and you're on fire, fine, so be it. But if you're, pulling a Zach Collins and going 0 for 6 from 3, that's not helping the team. Jay Smith, I want the Spurs to win, but I think the Heat will probably get us in Miami. My favorite Spurs content creator? TSR Sports? Actually, I do have an answer for that. My favorite Spurs content creator is SpursTalk.com. That's LJ Ellis does report cards for every game, which I tried doing that, and I don't have the time to do that. So he grades the entire team, the entire roster, and how well they play, and does regular content throughout the season. So probably SpursTalk.com is my favorite Spurs content creator. Pounding the Rock would be second. Air Alamo third. So they're my 3 favorite Spurs content creators. Let's see some Harrison Ingram. Sure. Ozzy, I would not be opposed to Kelton being in the starting lineup again. Indecisive customers are the worst, Bobby. I will say that. Champagne's inconsistent. I'm not going to say he's trash. He is in the NBA, something I can only dream of doing. But he needs to get some consistency. Spurs Talk really stopping like, yeah, Daniel, I like Spurs Talk. And I have no problem plugging stuff that I enjoy. I'm not sponsored by any 3 of those website creators. But Spurs Talk is not one I hear a lot about, but I think it's just run by one person, LJ Ellis. I don't know if he has anybody helping him, but he's doing all that himself, and he's watching the game, he's analyzing the whole game, and then giving what I feel are really good thoughts on each player's performance. So I really like his report card, and then Pounding the Rock, of course, is one that I use all the time on the channel, as well as Air Alamo. Let Jeremy rest his hair for a while. You guys, you a fan of Sohan's hair? All right, the Texans Spurs. I will show the game because you asked. Here it is.
Sucker!
Jay Jesnab, I don't know. I haven't watched his channel in a few years. There's nothing personal against him. I've said this actually in the last live stream that I did with you guys, that the opinions that I like the most about the Spurs, truly, are yours. And I mean that sincerely. Like, you asked what do I enjoy the most, or what evaluations of the team are the most important to me, or whose opinions matter the most to me. Number 1 would be your opinions. Number 2, then Spurs Talk, then Pounding the Rock, then Air Alamo. But you guys, your thoughts and feedback, because you watch the games differently than I do. I'm watching it as a content creator, so I'm watching the game, but I'm also running the scoreboard. I'm looking at the chat. I'm all over the place, so I don't see things you guys do because I can't. There's too much going on here. I'm playing with Yodi in the background, or I'm playing with Miss TSR. Whatever it is, I've got a lot of distractions while I'm watching the game, and I certainly don't have the time to rewatch the game and analyze it. So you guys see a lot of things that have good takes that you leave in the comments, or you'll bring up something that maybe I missed in a video, like, hey, TSR, did you know, blah, blah, blah. So really my favorite content creators are you guys with your comments. Now, that do a little thought on this. This is why I do the channel. I still love doing it, because you are my Spurs community and family. You're where I get, opinions on the Spurs. I try to stay positive. I mean, I'll keep it real. Like Malachi Branham, I'm not happy with how he's playing at this moment. I am rooting for him. And I've said this, I'll say this again. I'm rooting for every guy in our team to play well and be a great Spur. But at some point, you have to cut ties with certain players, and Branham's one right now. I got my eyeball on that. He's not playing tonight. If he doesn't play again, and the only 2 preseason performances we have are those 2 duds in game 2 and 3, I don't know if the Spurs are going to extend his contract. I don't know if he'll even be here when the season starts. Hero with a long 3 at the buzzer. Spurs playing a little D. Wemby is sitting. Zach Collins is starting the second half. Maybe they can get something going. Collins with a shot. No good. Fouled. Going to go. Oh, I need to change the quarter. I got to put Q3 up. My bad. If anybody in the chat saying, hey, you got to change the quarter, knucklehead, I see it. I see it. Preseason rust for TSR. I just champagned the quarter. Oh, hey-oh. I probably missed some stuff on the chat, so my apologies. Collins is so hard to watch. What's left on his contract? He's got about $17.5 million this year, and 18, like $17.5 million this year and next year. Good luck, Beantown Breakdown. I don't want to say anything about that, but you announced it. Now, guys, let's not put any other content creator sucks. That's, if you don't agree with their opinion, so be it. But I don't want to say anybody sucks that dedicates time into, covering something they enjoy, which is our San Antonio Spurs. It is Heat ball, up by 9. That three is good by Nikola Jovic. 12-point game again. Brandon could get waived, man, though. He really could. Sohan with a little jumper in the paint. Good. 10-point game. Obi-Wan, good evening to you. Exactly, lemon-flavored beach. Lemon-flavored beach. Ugh, lick the sand. Gross. Tyler Hero going to drive. Kicks it out. We have an open three. We take an open three. We miss. We open three, but Jimmy Butler takes Rozier's miss and throws it down back to 12 points. I would like count. I want to be preseason TSR, but regular TSR be ready for that. Exactly. I wouldn't be upset if Kellen started again. All good, Ozzy. All good. I just don't want to see other channels get criticized. I mean, I've seen that occasionally in other channels where the channel you're mentioning, I'll see a comment be like, TSR sucks, and I'm like, all right. We don't like the channel, but that's fine. But why am I living in your head right through? Champagne for 3. It's about time you woke up. Come on, man. Show us some fire. All good, Bobby, man. All good. Hero just drives in the paint and gets an easy layup. Our defense is, it's quite porous in the paint, and Wemmy's not out there. Champagny takes off, gets right near the hoop, and gets a little jumper. And Champagny now waking up in the third quarter. He's reading your comments, guys. And I don't know where Mamu is. 66-57 Spurs to cut the lead to 9. Need a couple defensive stops, and nice to see Champagny waking up in the second half. Bam, 1-on-1 with Zach Collins. Throws it up. No good. Sohan with the rebound. I need Masagua. Jeremy runs into the paint and turns the ball over. Richie, what's going on? I'm watching on NBA TV tonight. Bam for 3. And we just got 69. Where's Manu? Wait, were we actually asking where Manu Ginobili is? Jeremy with a little bucket in the paint. 69-59. Edgar says, I honestly watch as much Spurs content as I can get. I enjoy different opinions except for one San Antonio reporter who is always so negative. That's fair, Edgar. I mean, I just mentioned 3 content creators I follow. Spurs Talk, Air Alamo, and Pounding the Rock. Plus you guys. I mean, that's a lot of different takes on the Spurs right there. Jimmy buckets for 3 from the corner. No good. Champagny with the rebound. Love the bush. Ozzy. Barnes for 3, no good. I thought he was going to bring some outside shooting to our roster. Not so much right now. Spurs 5 of 16 from 3. The Heat are 9 of 28. They've taken 28 threes. Spurs out-rebounding the Heat 30-18. We're just also out-turning over them by quite a bit. Hero for 3. Another 3-point attempt. That's no good. Sohan with the rebound. Come on, San Antonio. I know it's just a preseason, but I want to see them tip-top form going into the regular season, and Jeremy's going to get fouled. My girlfriend just yelled at me for saying the woman next to you is beautiful. That's Selena Gomez. Now, she doesn't look like that anymore. Not throwing shade at Selena. This is 10 years ago. A lot of us don't look like we did 10 years ago. And she's very young there. Probably, 21-ish? And wearing a Spurs jersey. I'm not even sure she's a Spurs fan anymore. Sohan with a little jumper in the paint. Jeremy Sohan taking over the third quarter. Yeah, let's get a little go Spurs go up there. I just heard Jeremy has 18 points on 9 of 13 shooting, and Jeremy now causes a turnover, playing some D2. Jeremy making some buckets, slinging the D. Champagny for 3. All right, Julian has heard you guys and is playing better. Spurs on a 7-0 run in the last minute and 35 seconds, 69-64. Bam going to drive by Zach Collins and misses the shot. Going to get fouled, go to line for 2. Modern Selena is easy on the eyes. I don't really know actually what she looks like these days, Steven. She'll hop back on that wagon, but which other celebrity is a Spurs fan? There's a few out there. Was Samuel L. Jackson a Spurs fan? Or there's a couple big ones, but I'm forgetting. TSR looks better than 10 years ago. I don't know about that. Now Selena thick. Is she? I mean, most of us are going to look a little thicker from when we're in our 30s or 40s or whatever from when we were in our 20s. I actually probably do physically look better than I did 10 years ago. I'm 47 now. 37? Yeah. I am in better shape now than I was 10 years ago. And that's a 3 for the Spurs. CP3 hits the 3. Sohan was a first-round pick, 9th overall. He's going to get his full 4 years, Crawford, before the Spurs move on from him. Full 4 years. Hero makes the shot, 73-67. Take the shot, Adam Sandler, that's right. You don't mess with the Zohan. Not the Sohan, the Zohan. Which was not a very good movie. CP3 pull-up J, good. Spurs just 69. Heat. Eva Longoria, Vinny Canidi, I have no idea. Bam fakes the 3, starts to drive. And we'll reset the offense, gets it to Hero. Hero finds Jimmy Butler in the paint, and Butler's going to throw it down hard, 75-69. All right, RQ3, good luck tonight and enjoy the game. I just Googled her. Yes, actually, Selena Gomez is a billionaire now. She is. She just became a billionaire recently, like in the last month or so. Sohan in the paint. Over to Champagny. Champagny runs to the corner, takes a 3. No good. That's a bit rushed. Hartenstein shot 2 bang the lat. Wow. It's Twin Towers? Young Antics. Message restricted. Nice. Message retracted. Or restricted. We're going to timeout. Spurs down by 6, but they have been playing better here in the third quarter. Selena says hi. All right, Ichiro. Ichiro Pug. Thank you for stopping in. Bench Champagny and put in Mamu. How about bench Collins and put in Mamu? Is that better? Bench Collins and bring in Mamu? Julian Channels has entered MPJ. The possession ends here. Michael Porter Jr. Fair. These young guys need to get used to CP3 and be ready for the passes. It'll come with time and practice. I agree, Edgar. Trade Collins sounds better. Well, yeah, I don't think he's getting traded. I'm rooting for him. If I'm being honest, I always try to be honest with you guys. I'm rooting for Zach Collins to have a good year this year. 1, to live up his contract, but 2, to quiet all of us down in about how we need to trade him and move on from him. I want him to prove that he should be here and that he deserved that contract. Champagny doing Champagny things. I don't know if Wemby's going to come back in. I don't think he's going to. He didn't start this third quarter. And yeah, some of you have mentioned he's only playing 15 minutes tonight. I don't think we're going to see Wemby again. I don't know if we're going to see Wemby Thursday night for the last game of the preseason. We play the Houston Rockets. Cannot pull that. I think the game is at 8 p.m. Eastern or 8:30. I'll be live for that. Miss TSR may be here for the game. So she'll make her preseason debut and her last appearance of the preseason. It's the last game. Love Sohan's. Oh, Jeremy Sohan's new hair. It looks like. You know those. I don't know what they're called. Like girls use them a lot. They're those like squishy things that you use in the shower. I don't know. They're like squishy things. And Miss TSR was asking what his hair looks like, and I pointed at her squishy thing, and like, his hair looks like that. She had a pink one, and his hair looks like that. I don't know. Sohan is giving me Ben Simmons vibes. That's not a compliment. Celebrity fans of Spurs. Sam Jack? Who's Sam Jack? Tommy Lee Jones? Okay. Danny Trejo and Brad Pitt. Danny Trejo, my man. That one preseason where he hurt his knee, I low-key think something could be bugging him where the team saw and are a bit worried. Who, Bobby? Did they deduct one of these points? He had 10 before, now he has 8? Nether, I have no idea. Samuel Jackson. Okay, Dragon. Awesome. Rockets vs. Spurs is going to be a good rivalry for the next 7 years, probably for the next decade. We have a jump ball coming up between Chris Paul and I think it's Terry Rozier. It is. 75-69. And Spurs win the jump ball. 5:41 to go. Spurs have 16 turnovers. The Heat have 4. It's not a good ratio to be 4 to 1 against your opposition in turnovers. Chris Paul's going to launch a quick 3. No good. Jimmy Butler with the rebound. It'll be Heat ball. Up by 6. Tyler Hero gets fouled by Keldon. Still not used to seeing Keldon wear number 0. And by the way, I think I read somewhere that Keldon's number 0 is the first 0 in San Antonio Spurs history. Ed Kills, good evening to you. Yeah, McDaniel's already cut, or he's about to be cut. Oh, Wemby's knee collision. Okay. That's right. The Spurs do have that Spurs versus Spurs scrimmage Saturday? Shoot. I might not be able to call that game. I made plans with my family. If it's Saturday, I won't be able to do it. That's not really a game. So I'm not going to count that. Doing every summer league game, every preseason game, and we're certainly going to try to do every regular season game. The scrimmage, I mean, it's not a game. It's yeah. And I got to put family first, especially family I haven't seen in a few months. Spurs ball. Harrison Barnes, off-balance jumper in the paint. No good. Foul, and he's going to line for 2. Brandon, some of the starters are already out. Sohan's still out there. Harrison Barnes is out there, and that's it. And I think as the fourth quarter rolls around, we're going to not see any starters for the Spurs. Heat Duff, Spurs easy win. I don't think anything's easy for us. Do we have a Bassey sighting? Holy moly, we have a Charles Bassey sighting. I didn't recognize him at first because he's got his hair. His hair's long now. What, was it like that last year? Did he have dreads in a like a ponytail thing? I don't remember his hair being that long. But we have a Charles Bassey sighting, our first Charles Bassey sighting of the preseason. If anybody's, nice Anthony Matthew. Enjoy the game. That's awesome. I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It's just it's not a game per se. It's not a game. It's a scrimmage. It's not a game. But still be cool to watch. Air ball, and that's Jeremy Sohan with the rebound. I'm going to be worried every time Bassey goes down if he blew out his knee again, because that guy just can't stay healthy. Kellen drives in the paint. Reverse layup, no good. Gets his own miss, and now it's actually in the hands of Jimmy Butler. I'm surprised Butler's still in there. Jovic for 3, no good. Rozier with a nice hustle rebound. Still, Heat saw the ball, and now Jimmy buckets in the paint. Layup good. No more Wemby. He's probably done. Bassey needs the reps. Yes, he does. And the guy's playing for a position. Who do I want? I'd like to see Riley Minix get signed to at least a 2-way contract. My brother from another mother, Riley Minix, I'd like to see not get waived. I'm hoping City Sissoko doesn't get waived. Somebody should keep on the radar too. Malachi Branham and City. City has shown us no semblance of an outside shot really at all. And there are some good things he does on the court, but I'm worried the Spurs could end up moving on from him sooner than later. Bassey about to get cut. He gets hurt again, he's done. There's no doubt, and I don't like talking negative of anybody on our roster, but you've got to keep it real. And the dude's had 2 season-ending knee injuries 2 years in a row. He hurts his knee again. His Spurs career is not over, probably over. His NBA career is probably over. Oh my goodness. We really need the Silver Dancers back. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. We need the Silver Dancers back. Dominic Barlow went to the Hawks, I believe. Humberto out in Puerto Rico. Thank you for stopping in. Ingram, Minix, no minutes as of yet. I was calling Riley Mixon for some reason. I don't know where that was coming from, but Riley Minix. Where's Minix? Where's Mamu? And where are Silver Dancers? Barlow did get waived. And I think you're correct. He's with the Atlanta Hawks. I'm pretty darn sure that's where he went. Four minutes ago, Spurs down by 6. A lot of people were rooting for Don Barlow. He showed progression from year 1 to year 2. Apparently the Spurs didn't like what they saw and said, best of luck to you. Well, BC... I mean, I'm sure the female audience probably does, but I don't. Minutes for Minix. Yeah, we should start a petition. I think Brandon might get traded along with Collins and 2 second-round picks to the Nets for Bojan Bogdanovic, as Nets are basically tanking this season. Bogdanovic to the Spurs? One great idea can change your life. You just going to root for Barlow? No, Twomp Midwest, Twomfer, I'm probably agreeing that. 2, I'm messing your name all sorts up. But no, Wemby is done for the night. The only thing I think of it's preseason and Pop is trying different lineups. He is. Mo, he's had Trey Jones and Trey Jones, Chris Paul. I think he's had 4 guards out there at one point. Ball's going to go out of bounds. He's going to stay with the Spurs. Jimmy Butler's on the bench, and I got to think Jimmy's got to be done for the night. He's got to be. I don't... It doesn't make sense to keep him out there any longer. Barlow was better than Bassie. Definitely had more skills offensively. I would say Bassie is the better defender. Barlow the better offensive player. Kelvin's at the line for 2. Is Barlow playing well in Atlanta? Okay. Kelvin made them both. It's only a 4-point game. Heat ball and the Heat are probably going to start getting deep in their bench too, so at some point I'm going to not know who any of the Heat players are. The Spurs are starting to get into their bench a little bit. Charles Bassey making his first preseason appearance. Sohan's still out there though. Jamie Jacques Jr. gets in the paint, throws it up over Jeremy Sohan. Bucket good. Keldon with the ball right now for San Antonio. Over to Trey Jones. Jones drives in the paint. And finds a wide open Harrison Barnes for a corner 3. And Barnes hits the 3. Cut the lead to 3. I'm trying to eat noodles with 1 chopstick. Grab a fork, my man. We are fighting. Lemon, we are. That 3 is no good by... I don't know who the hell that was for the Heat. Spurs ball. Barnes. 14 on the shot clock. Gets into Kelvin. Kelvin looking to drive. Backs his defender into the paint. Throws it up. And in. 1 point. Kelvin's looking pretty good, Jedi. This weight loss may have been very beneficial to him. An open 3 for the Heat. Boink, no good. Keldon with the rebound. We can actually take the lead for the first time since I don't know when. Trey Jones driving the paint, all sorts out of control. Kicks it out to Harrison Barnes for 3. No good. Jones with the rebound. Keldon with the ball now for the Spurs. Drives in the paint. Euro step. Tosses it over to Sohan. And Sohan falls down and loses the ball. Duncan Robinson for 3. No good. And Barnes with the rebound. Still have a chance to take the lead. Keldon with an alley-oop. And Charles Bassey with his first points of the preseason. Boom!
Thunder, dunk of justice.
Spurs with their first lead since when? First couple minutes of the first quarter, maybe? I just heard first lead since back in the first quarter. Spurs on a 9-2 run. That's a miss for the Heat. And blocking foul on the Heat. Is Harrison Ingram playing any good minutes? Not really. Heat starters are done? Yes, as they should be. Big body Bassy or big booty Bassy? TSR, write a song called One Chopstick in the Vein of One Headlight. For this channel, it's going to be sports songs. We just uploaded Why Did the New York Giants Suck a couple weeks ago. I had a lot of fun doing that song. Love how it came out. The next song I'm hoping to do before the end of the year is DMX's Party Up in Here. But instead of, God going to make me lose my mind, it's a Spurs going to make me lose my mind. I've written the first verse and started the second verse. I'm not good at writing rap lyrics, which you'll see. I'm also not good at dropping bars. So that just might be, something. Spurs up by 3. Jaquez Jr. in the paint, misses a shot that may have been partially blocked. I'm not sure. Spurs on the run on the break. This is our biggest lead of the game, I think. That's a missed jumper. Is that Malachi Branham? Do we have a Malachi Branham? We do have a Malachi Branham sighting. Jamie Jaquez Jr. flies in the paint, gets lit. Branham misses his first shot. Wemby goes on a minutes restriction tonight. And our bench is decent. Our team is pretty deep. Our bench is outscoring the Heat's 25-23. Branham's going to take a shot, misses it, going to get fouled, going to go to the line for 2. Good morning, Percival. How are you? Bassey needs a lot of reps. I assume we're going to see a lot of Charles Bassey Thursday night. Still no Mamu, and who else? No Riley Minix as of yet. Probably fourth quarter for Riley. Branham at the line, first free throw good. 2-point game. I was just thinking Brandon better make those free throws as well. I don't believe Blake's injured, but he only played a few minutes, Tax, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe he missed a defensive assignment, but he had very limited playing time in the first half. Yeah, Bassey hasn't played all year, has he? Did he injure his knee in December or January of this year? Jamie Jaquez Jr. misses the bucket. Fouled by Bassey. If you make a song about me, yes, I would listen to it. Absolutely. Bro, yes, I would. Somebody made a song about me back in 2019. Not for this channel. It was when I had tried the movie review channel Stuck in the 80s. And the guy made a song, and it was actually very cool. It was like a very simple song, like, he is stuck in the 80s. He is reviewing all the movies. I don't remember anything else, just those first 2 lines. Wemby is done for the night. Missed the second free throw. Spurs up by 3. Spurs going to try a 2-for-1. Blake Wesley's playing again, by the way. Bassey would have pull up no good. Short pull up. Blake Wesley, apparently not injured. He is in the game. So that's a good thing. If the Spurs have an all-star do an all-star song, I think Wemby's going to be their all-star this season. There's about a second or so difference between the shot clock and game clock, so the Heat can hold pretty much for the last shot. Jamie Jaquez Jr. going to fly. Draws a foul, going to go to the line for 2. Wemby is on a minutes restriction, correct. Apparently 15 for the night. Thank you, Veronica. She says, hit that like button for Rich. It's free. It is. And the thumbs up is the official sponsor of this channel. We don't want to ask for money here. We just want to ask for the thumbs up because it's free and it's a great way to help promote the, help push the channel. And I don't want to ask for money. I'd rather ask for the thumbs up. Rich, I was just in Boston and Salem, Massachusetts for my home. Wow! All right, it kills awesome, man. Congratulations on the wedding. Thank you, Ozzy. One free throw for make the free throw. Oh, yo, I can't wait for it either. 3 at the end is no good. Spurs up 84-82 going into... Jimmy Jaquez was shooting the free throws. 2-point game. I don't know how many more Heat regulars we're going to see out there. Robinson playing, Jaquez Jr., Burks, so some of their second unit. Let me get quarter 4 up on the scoreboard. That's not it. That's not it. There we go. Struggle was real there. I do not live in Massachusetts. I'm from Massachusetts. It kills. I live in Connecticut now, but I'm from Western Mass. West Side. That's right, Veronica. Better load manage in the preseason. Too many injuries already on other teams. Saul77 says the thumbs up is free, low calorie, and tastes so damn good. AB, good evening to you. You'd make more money if you ask people for money. Yes, but that's not why I'm here, Ro. I'm not here. I like making Google's ad revenue, but I started this channel. I've been on YouTube since 2006 and was not monetized from 2006 to 2018. It's always about having fun. The Google ad revenue is nice, but I have a job. I have a real job, and I would feel scummy asking people for money when I have a job that supports me. That's just me. Not knocking anybody that does that. And I understand some people, this is their job, but that's also the reason I would not want to do this for a job, because you always have to constantly do sponsorships. You constantly have to push stuff to try to get people to donate money, and I don't have that in me. I just don't. Ginobili! The turnovers are very crazy tonight, 2-1-0, but we're up by 2. Despite having 8,472 turnovers, we're up. Yes, spread the generosity with the like button. Refs versus Spurs. Have you seen the Heat? Yes, it's very one-sided. Being transparent, to follow up what you were saying earlier, I'd like to get the second channel, I Like Crap, monetized. Obviously, I may want to, if I can make a little money off YouTube, that's fine, but I want to make money off of Google's ad revenue. If people want a super chat, I'm never going to say no. The channel does have expenses, but I don't know where I'm going with it. I don't like asking for, I don't have it in me to ask for money. I really don't. So if I was ever to do this full time, which I won't, but I won't. I just actually wouldn't. I have a state job. I'm not leaving it. Start of the fourth quarter. I think CP3 I can't believe CP3's out there. Okay. Why do we have starters in the fourth quarter? Chris Paul, Zach Collins started the game, and I guess that should have been a foul on Chris Paul. He totally elbowed his defender. That should have been called a foul on CP3. Kellen with a tough shot in the paint, no good. He's going to get fouled, go to the line for 2. They missed the call on CP3 there. Wemby is looking rusty. Yes, he is. I hope there's some cool Spurs gear for the season. I'm sure there will be. But yeah, he's looking a little rusty. Just hopefully he looks fine in the regular season. Turnovers, a lot of free throws for their team, Julian, but we're still ahead. Do we think we trade Zach and Brandon and keep Mamo and Champagny? I think it's going to be hard to trade Zach Collins. Some of you have mentioned trading him with the draft pick or picks. That's not a bad idea. Brandon could get cut before the season starts. I don't know. Pop sitting everybody. Yeah, that's true. You're right, Sal77. The starters probably won't play in game 4. You're probably right. Roger from the Philippines, good evening to you. Cullen makes a second one. Trading him for a bag of hot Cheetos. I'd rather just regular Cheetos. Then you get your fingers get all orangey. Heat ball, and I'm starting to not know some of these Heat players. I know Duncan Robinson. He has the ball right now. Starts to drive, gets in the paint, throws up the layup. Good. How is Duncan Robinson not playing for the Spurs with a name like that? 4 for 700 on threes, Julian. Has Zach Collins taken a 3 tonight? I don't think he did. Malachi Branham's going to launch a 3. Nope. Malachi's shooting this preseason has been not good. Jamie Jaquez Jr. misses the layup in the paint. The putback is good by Bryant. He can retake the lead 86-85. 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. 11 minutes to go in the game. Blake Leslie with the ball for the Spurs. Gets it to Collins. Collins in the paint. Little jumper is an air ball. Bonjour from France, Adrian. Heat ball up by 1. 10.5 minutes to go. Bryant just wide open in the paint. Nobody around him. Pop's going to call timeout. Oh, boy. Back down by 3. Pop's going to have to decide who's going to keep on the final roster. Yes, we are at 20 or 21 players. I don't remember the exact amount. You got to get it down to 18. 15 regular contracts, 3 two-ways. I hate Collins. How do you really feel? Wemby's a good number 2 option? Could tank for lottery? No, Wemby's our number 1 option. I think. It's Jamie, not... Oh, it's not... Is Jimmy? Isn't it pronounced Jamie? I don't know. Stevie 2 times, yeah. And because I have the sound low, I can't sometimes hear the players' names. But isn't it? It's pronounced Jamie. Or is it Yami? Is the J silent? Bobby February, you're right. This lineup has no D. I'm getting Ghostbusters vibes, by the way. What was the line? Things are going fine until D-less here opened up the trap or whatever. Is this true? Yes, it's true. This man has no D. I love Ghostbusters. Is it pronounced Jaime? Jaime is it? And is the second J silent too? Is it Jaime Jaquez Jr.? Is it Jaime Jaquez Jr.? Jaime. Okay. Zach and Malachi are poop. Well, Castle is on the beach building himself. All right, it is Jaime. So Jaime Jaquez Jr. Got it. Zach Collins, he's on the floor right now as far as I know. Look, if we're going with all the Jays or silent, I'm going with it all the way across the board. Jaime Jaquez Jr. Okay, Jaime Jaquez Jr. Got it. I don't know if Castle's done, Mondo. Let me call Pop. Yo, Pop, you putting Castle back in? He said he doesn't know. At least I know how to say his name now. I'm actually going to put that in there, SJ. My little enunciation guide. Hi. Why is his name so difficult? It's pronounced, it's spelled Jamie. Why is he going to be all different? I really like how effective the Heat zone is. I have always wondered why the Spurs can't mimic it. Shout out to Eric. Yeah. Is Castle back? Castle's back in. You guys like the Junior? All right, that can make you laugh. Triple J. I like that, Mondo. Triple J. Is he related to this triple guy?
Sucker!
For those that don't know, that's Triple H. The original triple. Rich learning the pronunciation for Hispanic Heritage Month, right? Jaime Jaquez. Is it Jaime Jaquez? Like Heimlich? Spurs ball. Stefan Castle has checked in, and Branham's already... Branham's still in. Malachi Branham is still in, and man, he really needs to get going. Triple H is Hunter Hearst Helmsley originally. Anybody remember before he was Triple H when he was Hunter Hearst Helmsley, the Blue Blood? Or was it Blue? Or whatever the gimmick they're going for is awful. Castle's at the line for 2. Makes the first free throw. Is Chris Paul still playing? He's probably not playing Thursday. At all. I think CP3 is going to be CP 0 minutes Thursday night. Castle missed the second free throw, and his free throw shooting's been a little wonky at times. Pineapple Power, though, in the house. 4 guards. Chris Paul, Malachi Brandon Blake. Was it? Yeah. This is not the lineup you want to see, but this is the lineup that you got. This is not the lineup we want. Maybe this is the lineup that we need. I don't know if this is the lineup that we need at all. Heat ball. Yaquez misses the Triple J. Misses the little jumper in the paint. Zach Collins in the paint himself. Little jump hook is good. Spurs have tied the game with 9.5 minutes to go. You know what, Veronica? Winning lineup would be great. Falcon Lord, good evening to you. Duncan Robinson, corner 3, good. Yes, the pedigree. Triple H. Brick Branham with the ball in the paint. Turnaround Jay. Well, he hit the shot. All right, I'll shut up, Malachi. I really hope he proves me wrong. As any Spur that I'm critiquing their game. Like, play better and shut me up. We're not fouling San Antonio on Triple J. To counter the Heat zone defense, so we deploy quick guards. Is that what we're doing? Okay. Do you think we're going to play-in? Play-in probably is... Play-in's probably as far as we go, I think. Zach to the G League. He's not going to the G League, guys. Triple J with 2 free throws. First one's good. One more free throw coming up. Triple J with the headband power tonight. Did somebody say headband power? Made them both. 93-90. Crawford, we're in need of a few things, but we're getting there. Brandon's going to drive in the paint, and an off-balance layup is no good. Late whistle. And Brandon going to the line for 2 again. A lot of Spurs fans have been commenting that they wanted to draft Zach Edey at 8. Bob, you're not alone there. A lot of comments lately on the channel over the last week, like, why don't we draft Edey at 8? Or draft anybody at 8. And I know it's they're saving salary cap. They're trying to plan for the future with that way out there first-round pick. But a lot of Spurs fans, myself included, were excited to have 2 picks in that draft, 4 and 8, and then to immediately draft the 8, trade the 8th pick. I was very surprised myself. I was not happy about it that night. More confused than anything. Brandon misses the second free throw. 93-91. NBA TV, Trenchant, watching it on my Roku. I have the NBA League Pass, and NBA TV is part of the package, and I'm watching on NBA TV tonight. And now a whistle. A travel in the backcourt by Chris Paul. Man, Chris Paul has got a lot of turnovers. Anyone know of any good online-only colleges? Online-only? There was that one out in Arizona, Veronica. I want to say maybe it's called Phoenix University. I don't know if they're good. It's the only one I know of that's online-only. If they're still around, which I assume they are. Blocked by the Spurs, and we have a fast break down the other end. And a dunk by Blake Wesley.
Thunder, 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 dunk of justice.
Tied game? Good game tonight. Despite all the fouls and turnovers. Spurs on another defensive play and a fast break down the under. And a layup by Branham. Spurs take the lead by 2. We're going to have a timeout by the Heat. All right. CP6 tonight, Maximus. He's CP6 turnover. Grand Canyon University. I'm not familiar with that one. Okay. Spurs won the game with guards. Roger, Whatever works. We need to go. Spurs go up here. Blake Wesley is fast. Oh, Coyote. He fell down. Whoa, Homer. Come on, man. I like to cast over Julian. Good game and great stream. Thank you, Bobby. Appreciate that. Become a tradesperson. F college. I mean, some people are in that boat. Or, I mean, you don't have to go to college right away either. There's this general thought that you got to go to college right out of high school. I went to a community college at the age of, when did I start? At the age of 23. 2-year school from the age of 23, 25. And I didn't go back to school and finish my 4-year degree until I was in my late 30s. But by doing it that way, my first tour of college, I had worked at a job that paid for school. And of course, I saved some money over time. And then my second tour stint in college, I had an employer that also paid for some of that. So what I'm saying is I didn't put myself into severe debt like a lot of kids do. Coming right out of high school, getting those big student loans. I think it's okay to wait a year, 2 or 3, do some work, maybe find an employer that does cover the school you're going to, and then go that route. I don't know. Just my 2 cents. Just saying, don't feel pressured like you have to go immediately. It's like, I'm out of high school, got to go to college this year. I know some people want to because they want to go with their friends, the college experience. I don't know. Just do you. Don't worry, be happy. Oh no, I've been electrocuted a tiny bit before Christmas lights, and I fought and they won. Yeah, exactly. David, go to community college for 2 years and then go to the 4-year school. You save so much money. So much money. Mando, it is expensive in America. I mean, if you go to a college and stay on campus, you'd be paying like over $25,000 a year. And if you're not working during that whole time, you could literally rack up $100,000 in debt very quickly. Nice, Joshua. A wise investment. It's going to be heat ball. Spurs are up by 2. So yeah, a little financial advice from TSR apparently tonight. Who am I saying? What do I know? Who's out there for the Spurs? Do we still have the 4 guard rotation? Yeah, I mean, CP3's out and Stephon Castle's in. And yes, Castle plays the 1 through the 3, but he is a guard. Duncan Robinson gets in the paint, gets an easy layup. All tied up at 95. Counting him. Okay, so do you want to be a CPA? Mark, howdy to you. TSR, the life manager. Collins in the paint, jumper good. Nice, Marauders. Nice. It is heat ball. Bryant in the paint over Collins. Jumper good. Tied up again. This game's going back and forth a lot. You might be right, Joshua. You might be right. And you just can't keep erasing it either from the books. I don't know what's going to happen with that. Collins in the paint. Off the glass. Good. I'm very happy I went to school later because I could appreciate it thinking a different way. Like, I went for my 4-year degree. I was 37 when I went back for it. And yeah, just, I mean, definitely a different perspective than, especially a lot of the younger students that are around me. All right, Homer. Sounds good. Castle and Wemby are the only defenders. He missed a free throw. Blake Wesley's a solid defender. Sohan's a good defender. He's not making an all-defensive team, I don't believe, anytime soon, but he's definitely not the worst on the team. Pull up Jay. All tied up again at 99. And some of these players, I don't know who they are for the Russian. Trenchant, I'm watching on NBA TV. Trey Jones layup down the other end, no good. Foul going in the line for 2. Collins could be. I mean, bad luck for Zach Collins. Injures his shoulder in the last game of the regular season and then needs off-season surgery. A really tough break, no pun intended. Have you heard about the... Nope. Let's not bring that up. I have. We want to stay away from that one. Exactly, David. I would agree. Especially, yes, if it is your money you're spending and maybe not your parents' money. So I would agree. Come on, Trey Young. What? Spurs 15-21 from the line tonight. The Spurs are the Heat are 19-26. So it's kind of even out on the free throws. That was kind of a bad call. The Heat player just, I don't know who number 12 is. Smith jumps right into our guy, and I thought they were not going to call us fouls anymore. You create the whatever. 2 free throws coming up for the Heat. Oh, jeez, Marauders. First free throw for Smith. No good. Ball don't lie. The Heat are getting a lot of calls tonight. They are. The refs are doing this to the Spurs tonight for sure. We are almost to 200 thumbs up, by the way. Just took a little peek-a-rooney. If you've been hanging out, been enjoying the stream, or just looking for a place for a score and a scoreboard, whatever it may be, a live game clock, please hit the thumbs up. That's all we ask for on the channel. And the thumbs up is the official sponsor from you. Trey Jones with a tough shot off the glass. Good. I think BC Joshua Primo's NBA career is over. And he's done. Not just because of the incident that happened in San Antonio, just because he sucks. Duncan Robinson, corner 3. Wow, tough shot. Hand in his face and nails a 3. Tie game again. Do they really, Tony? Are these high school refs? They've been reffing like that. Brandon for 3. Wow. I looked like I shot that 3. Turnover by the Heat. Brandon will bring it up for the Spurs. Gets to Collins. Collins in the paint. Layup. No good. Heat ball. 5 minutes to go. All tied up at 1:03. Johnson for 3. That's an air ball. Back to the Spurs. Wesley flies up the court. And he'll throw it up. No good. Blocking foul. I think he already got waived, man. I think he got signed and waived the next day. No, different. Keldon Johnson's not. Oh, you're right. Look. Look right here. Look on the right where my finger is. Look at my finger. K. Johnson. Keldon Johnson's on the Heat. Thank you for the super chat, Bobby. Appreciate it. Thank you for dropping the $2. Appreciate you all for your support tonight, whether you're watching, commenting, super chatting, whatever you may be doing. Thank you. And thank you for being part of the Spurs community. This is the reason I do this channel, because I love talking Spurs with you guys. So if you're in a place for news videos and or live streams covering the games, we got you covered here. Make sure you smash up the subscribe. We got a wonderful community with none of you guys in the chat, but we got Baby Coyote in the house, Selena Gomez, Headband Grogu, Mikey, and then when she can make it, Miss TSR, who has not been here much this season. My girlfriend is Spurs fan by association, I guess. She's a huge UConn fan, so she'll be rooting hard for Stephen Castle. Free throw comparison, I believe the Heat have taken like 5 more from us. Keldon Johnson, Keldon Johnson got traded mid-game. It's definitely not 18-2. They showed it a couple minutes ago. It was 26-21, so it is evened out substantially. Good evening, Nate Dogg. My wife, Selena Gomez, is hot. And she's a billionaire. I got my sugar mama right here. I didn't want to think about the Marauders. I liked your reaction. Yeah, I thought she was going to cry when we drafted Stephon Castle. I mean, what better situation for us than I'm a Spurs fan, clearly. I mean, that should be obvious. And here she is, a UConn fan, and we actually draft somebody from her college. Thank you, Steven, for this $2 super chat. Appreciate you. I thank you all for super chatting. You know what? Let's give you all go Spurs go to everybody that's super everybody that's just been here tonight in general. Thank you. I am not from San Antonio. I am from Western Massachusetts. I grew up a Yankees fan and a Giants fan. Was looking for an NBA team. Discovered that guy right there. Rest is history. The game is meaningless, but I'd like a win tonight. I'll take a win. I think they're challenging the blocking foul against Blake Wesley, and that might be a charge. Offensive foul on Wesley. Yeah, they overturned it. You donated a super thumbs up. Thank you, Marauders. They overturned it. Man, David Robinson, prime David Robinson, could play today. He was so freaking athletic and fast for his size. I think he would do well in today's NBA. Selena needs to donate $1 million to this channel. I'll tell you what. If Selena Gomez donated $1 million to this channel, I would retire on the spot and do this full time. I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna do a million. I would just, that'd be done. Not gonna happen, obviously. And I don't know. Kalel Ware's checked in, gets his first bucket, I believe. He'd have taken the lead by 2. Stephon Castle with the ball right now for the Spurs. Castle gets it over to Wesley. Wesley in three-point land, not a comfortable place for him. Back to Castle. Castle's going to take a 3. Front rim, no good. Mamo is checked in the game. We got a Sandro Mamukelashvili sighting. And he chases down the offensive rebound. 10 on the shot clock for the Spurs. Back to Mamu. 4 on the shot clock. Pull up Jay. No good. Going to get fouled. Going to the line for 2. I didn't think his feet were sliding. Were they? If they were, then it shouldn't be a charge. Even with the Spurs' turnovers and sloppiness and refs helping the Heat, I'm surprised we're still competitive. I mean, we're only down by 2. Francisco, thank you for being back. And we are down by 1. One more free throw. Mamukelashvili's been playing very well and plays well with Wemby. I don't know why Pop hasn't had them both on the floor to miss a second free throw to see if that magic from the end of last season is still there. I thought Kel Ware was their backup center, but they had Kevin Love in there first. Turnover by the Heat. Spurs ball. Let's take the lead back, guys. Come on. Come on. Shimon Lee. A little rush hour for you. Another whistle. My goodness. These refs and their fouls. That puts the Spurs in the bonus. 19 turnovers for the Spurs tonight. The Heat have 8. Yeah, he is, Mondo. Sweet Jones, good evening to you. Mamu can stroke that thing. Malachi Brandon misses the first free throw. Maybe he's missed. Did he miss his last 2 in a row? This has been a long game, is it? Well, maybe not. No, actually, this is a little longer than normal. It started at 7:30. We've been streaming for 2 hours and 20 minutes because of all the fouls. I say usually the game's over by now. Yeah, this has been a long game. Appreciate y'all hanging out tonight. Really do. Corner 3 is good. I don't know who that was. Something with a C. This guy, Christopher. A quick miss by the Spurs. Mamu chases down the offensive board. It's going to go out of bounds. It's going to be Heat ball with the Spurs down by 3. Chris Paul had no turnovers last game, but 6 tonight. Yeah, Mondo, I think he had 8 assists and no turnovers last game out. He's definitely struggled with the turnovers tonight. It is Heat ball. They're up by 3 with 3-2-1 to go. Another 3 is no good. And I don't know some of these guys now, so I'm sorry for the Heat. I just don't know who anybody is. I don't know. Stevens gets fouled. I'm going to go to the line for 2. I like the Rush Hour trilogy. I hope they don't make a fourth one and try to bring it back many years after the last one. Let it be. 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 First free throw is good. David, thank you for the $2 super chat. Drops the little number 1 on there for us. Appreciate the super sticker. Thank you. And thank you all for your awesome support. Whether it's watching every video, thumbing up every video, commenting every video, coming to every live. Thank you all. 3 minutes to go. The Heat are on a 10-2 run in the last 2.5 minutes, and I'm starting to lose my voice. Charles Bassey's back in the game and turns it over. I think he's trying to make an offensive move. He ain't got no moves. 20th turnover for the Spurs, and now 3 down the other end, and this game is just on us. Now down by 8. Go Spurs, go regardless. 113-105. And Castle's going to get fouled, so that's going to be 2 more free throws for the Spurs. I'd rather have Mama than Collins out there. Yes, Pedro, I agree. Alex says Malachi is 0 for 4 from three-point line. And 2 of 8, I believe, both of the last 2 games he's played in. So that is 4 of 20. That is 20%. Who's the highest scorer in the Heat? I have no idea. Castle's first free throw is good. Jeez. Malachi got one last shot Thursday to show us something. If he has another Brick City Branham type outing, seriously, man, I don't know if he's going to be a Spur this season. Spurs playing a little full court D. And now a quick 3 is no good. I don't know who number 9 is. I don't know who any of these guys are. I'm sorry. The Heat are deep on their bench. I don't know who anybody is anymore. I know all the Spurs are. Stephon Castle with the ball. Gets into the paint. Gets into Bassey, and Bassey's going to throw it down.
Thunder. Dunk of justice.
Castle did a nice job drawing the attention in the paint, waiting for the play to develop, and finds an open Bassey. Johnson with a 3. Keyshawn Johnson, is that his name? Like Keyshawn Johnson, throw me the damn ball? Castle's going to get fouled in the paint and go to the line for 2 again. We're down by 7 and running out of time. Is Sohan the highest scorer? Wow. Man, that's what I was saying. Like, I thought they said his name was Keyshawn Johnson, and I was like, Keyshawn Johnson? The football player? Or is it pronounced Keyshawn? Is it pronounced differently? I mean, that K-E Sean looks like that could also be Keyshawn as well. Castle's second free throw. No good. Spurs playing full court D again. Oh, you said actually, yep, it is Keyshawn. All right, Tax, thank you. I just reread that. My bad. Is that Parson who? I don't even know who that is. It's a miss by the... I don't know who any of these Heat guys are at all. I'm sorry. Castle will drive the ball up the court, down by 6. We got to score quickly. He'll drive in the paint and turns the ball over. Layup down the other end's no good, but we're going to have a foul and 2 free throws coming up for the Heat. And that's probably the dagger with that turnover. 21 turnovers. 21 turnovers, man. Unbelievable. Just 10 in the first quarter. Sandcastle? I think pretty much everybody played tonight for the Spurs. Yeah, that's probably going to do it. I'm going to stay at the end and then go over the end of the game stats. If you're checking out because the game likely out of reach. Never saying, you never know. But if you're checking out, please hit the thumbs up on the way out. It still does help the channel. And yeah, we're down by 8 now. Yeah, 1 minute to go. Blame the refs? Okay. Yeah, Alex, I wouldn't say we got schooled. Brandon pull-up jumper in the paint, good. Saying we lost, sure, but getting schooled? No. I mean, we're only down by 6. Getting schooled would be if it was like 138 to 112. And now a turnover. Spurs have a fast break down the other end. And a layup by Branham. They've cut the lead to 4. They caused a turnover with some D. Stefan Castle just flopped. That was probably not the best defensive move. There's about a 14-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. And we have a wide open 3 for the Heat. Air ball by Khalil Ware. The Heat get the offensive board. Shot clock still running. 3 seconds on the clock. That off-balance stays off the rim. No good. Spurs ball. Like Leslie will fly up the court. Gets into the paint. Kicks it out for 3 to Branham. It's good! And now a foul. Thank you for the sticker, Francisco, thank you very much for the rolling guy. Thank you for the sticker. That is awesome. We're down by 1 and 2 free throws coming up. Our third quarter, we outscored the Heat 35 to 23. We actually had a really good third quarter. 2 huge free throws coming up. Marsden? James Marsden made the first one. Who I just saw James Marsden in Jury Duty on Amazon Prime. Just throwing that out there. So I'm saying there's a chance. He's got to miss this free throw, and we obviously need to get the rebound. We didn't. We're not calling a timeout. Wesley's going to launch a long 3. Nope. Or 120, 117. GG, if there's any Heat fans in there. Dang it. That was a good game. Considering how poorly the Spurs were with handling the ball, this could have been an absolute blowout. So to only lose by 3, give them some credit. So we're going to go over the final game stats. Hit the thumbs up on the way out if you could. No, they didn't call a timeout, Dante. I think they conceded the loss at that point. That's a good game. I mean, not the result we wanted, but the Spurs played hard. And some of our guys played really well, so let's pull up the half game stats. Gosh, I'm tired. Final game stats. This was a 2.5-hour preseason game. That is very unnecessary. Anyway, for the Miami Heat, Jovic with 7, Jimmy Buckets with 12, Bam Adebayo with 20 points to lead all Heat scorers. Tyler Hero with 14. And Terry Rozier with 5. Off the bench, Kevin Love, Old Man Love with 6. Duncan Robinson with 10. Kelvin Johnson, number 2, with 3 points. Bryant with 6. Ware with 2. Burks with 3. Christopher with 5. Smith with 5. Stevens with 2. Jaquez Jr. Yeah. Triple J with 15. And Larson with 5. Lanson Larson. Did every guy score for the Heat? Every guy for the Heat scored tonight. How many players did they play? 3, 5, 3, 5. They played 16 players. Everyone scored. Did every one of our guys score? They did. 3, 5, 8. We played 13 players. So for the Spurs, Julian Champagnie woke up a bit in the second half. He finished with 8 points. Jeremy Sohan led the Spurs with 18 points on 9 of 13 shooting and had 11 rebounds. So double-double for Jeremy. Harrison Barnes came to life just a little bit tonight, had 10 points. Victor Wembanyama played 17 minutes. He was on a minutes restriction, had 8.7 boards. Chris Paul, 13 points and 5 assists, had 6 turnovers. Very sloppy game for the point god. Off the bench, Zach Collins with 9. With 9. Sandro Mamakalashvili with 1. Yeah, 1 point. Kelvin, best player, tied, sorry. Keldon with 15 points off the bench to tie for the lead tie for most points off the bench. My goodness, I'm tired. Charles Bassey finally played in the preseason, had 4 points and 4 rebounds. Trey Jones with 8. Malachi Branham with 15 points to also lead the bench in scoring. He was 5 of 10 from the field. He was only 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. He shot 4 from 5 from within the arc. Blake Wesley with 2. Stephon Castle, 6 points, had a rough night. 1 for 5 from the field. 0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Ooh. Of course, I do a video today saying he's been shooting the 3 well, and he goes 0 for 4 tonight. Actually, everybody that I did a video on today was very cold. Stephon Castle didn't have a great game offensively. Sandro Mamakhelishvili barely played. And Champagny just had one little spurt in the third quarter. He was firing him and making him. Aside from that, he was quiet most of the night. So, classic Spurs. I do a video on them, and then they do this. So, I'm going to wrap it up, my friends. My voice is shot. I am also tired. Back to work tomorrow for me. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Please hit a thumbs up on the way out. We're very close to 200. Maybe you can get us there. If not, all good. And we'll be back Thursday night, I believe, with Miss TSR for the Spurs versus the Rockets. So, on behalf of myself, Yodi, Selena, Mikey, and Headband Grogu, what you gonna do when TSR Sports runs wild on you? Go Spurs, go!